craving something a little bit today. I'm craving knowledge. I'm craving information. So let's learn a few things from our two guests today from the new movie Craving. Jay Horton and the blood wizard Robert Bravo. Gentlemen, sit down. I have some things I'd like to ask you. But my first question must go to Sam. What the hell is brown and fuzzy and sticking out of your bra? Tune in to find out.
Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hannah. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Do you guys have the same
He can come in
earphones?
whenever. It doesn't matter.
Me and Jay.
What's that?
Do you and Aaron?
Probably. I doubt it. Mine are super old.
So are his.
So are mine.
Yeah.
There's
There's
the brand.
That's
yeah.
it,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
You got audio. Oh, it is this. Oh my
It's
god.
the same one. It came with your first
Okay.
microphone you ever bought.
Yep, they're the same.
Oh wow. I don't even know where I got these, but the thing I love about them is the super long cord.
Yes.
And this is,
Oh, here comes Bravo.
It's them. It's them. I love them.
there he
Robert,
is.
hi.
I love these
Oh,
headphones.
he's in the garage.
Hello.
Oh, this should sound great.
Oh,
He's connecting to audio.
Yeah.
He's getting there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are in the same place, and the house is the Wi-Fi is not awesome, so he's probably
okay.
on his phone.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna guess that you got your headphones the same place we did, which was with our very first microphone.
I think we did.
To be honest, I don't think these are mine. Like I collected them at some point somewhere, and I don't know because I don't remember buying them.
No.
There's an audio guy somewhere going,
Somehow
what
you
the
got
fuck? I know I had headphones that had a nice long
Yeah,
cord.
and I've had them for years.
There we go.
There
There
we
it is.
go.
There we go. Got a widescreen. Now we can see all the cool shit back there.
Got
Look
you.
at that
That's
shit.
right.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's badass.
and I wish I would share my screen and show you the pitch videos we just did. I just did 2 new pitch videos for Craving, and I did one for him and one for me, and they're really cool.
Oh, buddy. I
bet.
can't wait to see him.
I bet.
I can't wait to see him. Dude, we're so excited you guys could
We
come.
are so excited.
Seriously. Thank you for taking the time.
I'm mildly happy. If I got any more excited, I'd be raising the table. So, I just want to keep it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent, but just kidding.
Everybody was excited to talk to Sam. In fact, that Aaron and Chuck is
Yeah,
here.
no,
Whatever.
totally. I just wanted to see Sam again.
Yeah.
I forgot that I'd scheduled this, and I actually scheduled a meeting with a guy that's looking at doing some visual effects for me at noon. But I didn't really want to do the meeting, so then I remembered
Oh, you
this,
had
and I was
now.
like,
You were like,
yeah.
Oh, that's
And then someday he'll hear this. And like,
and be like, what the fuck?
dude, really?
Jay Horton, that mother.
I don't want to do a meeting. Do you want the job or not? I don't want to do a meeting. I don't want to talk about it. You want the job?
Just
Can you
send
do
it
it?
over.
Okay,
Just
good.
send it
You're
Well,
more than
yeah.
welcome to use me for an excuse if you want.
oh, totally.
Oh, man. You know what's funny, guys?
What's funny?
I
You better tell me a fucking joke, too,
Well,
because if you just
yeah,
sit there and
please.
give me
No,
a
no, no.
life
Please be
lesson.
funny.
It's not a life lesson.
Okay.
No, I'm done with the life lessons. I don't know shit. I wore my Be Badass Around the Real t-shirt today.
Oh,
I did. I wore
this is a
it.
fact.
And when I put it on today, I was like, yeah, I'll wear it for the show. It's fine. We'll do that. And then I was like, shit, I got to go to the grocery store. So I went to the grocery store. So I'm wearing a shirt of myself.
So he wears a shirt of himself, guys.
Yeah, I did it. I did
And
it.
for those of you who are interested in buying that shirt, Aaron, go ahead and lean up a little bit in your screen so people can see what you're looking at here. Since for those of you for the video,
It's got his
I
face.
mean, badass. Said lean up, not shove your pelvic up.
Literally.
In
I know, but I like to
face.
do that when I say be badass. You got to get the pelvis in there.
Okay.
No, here's the problem. I have 2 problems.
Only 2.
I have 3.
I can add to that list quick.
I have all of them.
I hear you.
Hey.
The main problem though, which I'll focus on, is like nobody's bought this shirt.
That's not true. We've had one
That
purchase.
is not true.
Yeah, well, I bought it.
Was it you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
Aw.
It did, because I really thought people would want to wear this.
Just
and-
to spite me.
No,
or-
and no one wants it. No one wants it, and it makes me sad.
I'll
It
have to
makes
buy
me
one.
sad. It does. It's like, what the fuck? I really thought people would buy it just for the humor alone. But
Now, don't get too sad, because that's one of the things that's on us. We have to start doing better about marketing our page and selling our shit. Because you know what? I went to my chiropractor the other day, and they were like, I'm so sorry, I forgot your website. And I was like, here's a handful of cards. Give them out to whoever they want.
Sure.
Also, we just put out new sliders, men's slip-on shoes.
yeah, I did those for GPO.
And he was like, I will get me a pair of those.
They say that, but
I
no one's
want it.
buying
They haven't
shit.
bought them yet. But still, at the same time, it's like,
Sons of bitches.
why?
I don't know.
That's water, right?
I
Or
guess.
right, this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, not me, bro.
But
yeah.
it's like noon, isn't it noon? Or
Yeah.
is it later there?
Oh,
Barely.
No, it's
Okay,
11:44.
that's cool. That's cool.
Even.
Yeah, that's how
No,
I get
judgment.
going.
No judgment.
Yeah,
No
I always-
judgment.
That's how I get going on my day.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah,
people
yeah.
drink coffee. I make a martini.
Wow.
I make mine and I leave it on the bedstand, so it's there waiting for me when I wake up.
That's what I'm saying, Bravo. You know what I mean? Just do it.
Oh my.
Start the day right.
I don't even know what to say.
But this shit works.
Meanwhile,
you guys.
I'm trying to drink right and drink a lot of water and all that shit, and I'm the one who's always fucking sick.
Yeah, I know.
He
That's
is,
what's
yeah.
weird. You got to
He's
build up
always
that
sick.
immune system. You need to drink more.
I've been eating the grass.
Wow.
Maybe I should smoke it instead.
I wore this shirt though, guys, and I had at least 3 people say something about it, which was all positive. Like, what's around the reel? They didn't say anything about my face.
Yeah, what the?
They said, "What's around the reel?"
What's
And I
that
got to
face?
tell them, it's our podcast.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We're filmmakers, and we do this show. We talk to all these cool people and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, cool. I'll listen." I'm like, "Cool." Gave them the car. I was paying for shit. It was the fucking lady working at the thing. Sure. The fucking car.
You're the ones who were paying attention to you.
Yeah. So it's like it's basic marketing. I mean, I'm a walking billboard.
Yes, you are.
You know what I mean? That's dope. That's dope. And then the lady, when I was buying the steaks today for dinner at the butcher shop, she actually looked at me. She's like, something about the steaks. She said, I love going to the butchers because the prices are better and they're badass. That's what she said to me, standing right next to me. And I was like,
Did you
Loved it.
pop your shirt? Yeah, they
I
are.
loved it. She wasn't like a hot chick, really. You know what I mean? She wasn't like hot.
She's
Like
watching right now.
I'm making the visuals right. I want people to understand.
She wasn't flirting with you. She
No.
was actually just
Middle-aged lady. She was fine,
acknowledging what's going on around her.
Yeah, she was nice and all, but it wasn't like what.
You
hot chick.
you're with a middle-aged lady, so you want to be careful what you're saying.
Well, no, Sam's hot though. It's different. I mean, this is one of
Good
those
cover.
non-hot ones.
good cover. That was quick. I mean, that was right out of his mouth. Like there was no
Anyway.
hesitation. He's
I'm a
trained.
grandma, so
He's a
I don't give a
well-trained
shit.
bitch.
I'm not
Um,
offended.
So they have MILFs. Do they have grandmas? You want to?
Yeah, it's Gilf.
I'm a grandma.
Is it a GILF?
Yeah.
Is it?
A gilfling?
Oh,
Grandma.
no,
Don't go Gilfling.
No,
Don't make it weird.
no one's going there.
If you guys know our show, we talk shit at the beginning. We get going.
We have to.
Before we get to our wonderful guests, we
Yes.
have to, make sure we make up for the last few days that we haven't seen each other to
Yeah.
berate and embarrass one another.
Give each
correct,
other
correct.
shit.
All right. Well, we have Jay Horton on our show today with Robert Bravo. And I'm excited to talk to
I'm
these two guys.
super excited.
Yeah, man.
I'm mildly indifferent.
You're
Okay, well, whatever. You can just shut up. Like
We have
you
to be careful
normally
about
do.
my excitement level. I could die of a heart attack or get an erection that pushes everything over on top of Sam. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here depending on how excited I get. I mean,
Why do I always have to be the only girl?
I'm so sorry. Sam.
because you chose to be.
Okay.
We had
Fair
all
enough.
those. We had all those
Fair
other
enough.
people lined up to be on the show with us, and you're like, "Fuck those bitches! This is my show, and they can kiss my ass."
I never said any of the sort.
Every time another woman comes, shit, we made the Robert leave the show. Damn it, man, come back here.
He was
There's
offended.
other girls here. My FX lab, so I've got all my body parts and stuff.
I love it. I love it.
And they're anatomically
Just because
correct.
we
eh?
need some more boobs.
All right.
We always need more boobs.
Yeah.
Too funny, you guys. Well, welcome to Around the Reel, everybody.
Welcome to Around the Reel.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming again, you guys.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely,
Thank
it
you
is. I'm so excited, man. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
So let's get into it. Why don't
Yeah.
we just?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to first talk about this contract you sent me for
Oh.
doing the voiceover
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
for the
Wait,
Craving.
whoa.
Yeah, why don't we about paragraph 1 and section B. I just want to... Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
No, super excited. Yeah, we all got perks here.
Yeah, we got-
for the
Yeah.
Craving. We did
Yep.
that.
Can't
And
wait.
Sam got to name a character, and
Yes.
Chuck and I get to do
Yep.
the voice.
It's one of the main characters too.
What?
Oh,
Are you
Yeah, Jared.
serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
that's badass.
Yeah.
Dude, I
so
can't wait to
cool.
see this movie. So,
I
okay.
cannot wait. at
So
all.
let why don't you guys just introduce yourselves one by one. Whoever can go first, so that
Go ahead, Robert.
yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Robert Bravo. I'm a special effects artist and producer on
And a
Craving.
mighty fine one.
Badass.
Thank you much.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one of these shirts.
Yeah.
Actually, better yet,
No
go
way.
buy. Go buy one.
He could use some shirts, man, for sure.
Everything I own. I mean, you see what my workshop looks like. New clothes last 20 minutes. Like I get some brand new. It's like, all right, this is great. I will never wear it in there. 10 minutes later.
Fuck.
I don't know if I can swear, right?
Yes,
Oh,
you
the
can. Fuck, dude. We
All you
got a
want.
fucking disclaimer.
Shit,
Shit, we forgot the fucking disclaimer.
You're
Oh,
totally
shit,
good. You're
whatever.
totally good.
We're
No,
all
that's
good.
awesome. Yeah, you're in the nitty gritty in there, man, doing it.
There we go.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't help that it's like by 3, it'll be 115 degrees in here, and I'm over here working with chemicals.
Don't die.
Oh shit!
Dude, seriously, like one of the first days I came over here, I walk into the house and, I'm just getting settled because, I'm staying here while we were in production on Craving.
Yeah.
And I walk in and I'm kind of like, I feel a little lightheaded. And I'm like, what's going on? He's got the garage door open and it's just wafting through the house. I was like, that cannot be healthy.
Dude, the fumes. I didn't even think about
Uh,
that. Yeah.
But, he was staying by himself, so he didn't have any reason to, think
Yeah.
twice about it, except for his health.
Right. Getting high,
You
getting
can't-
high,
he-
right?
Come on, Jay. He can't finish a project if he dies in the middle of his own shit.
Totally.
Good point.
Let's think about the production value now here.
well, maybe.
And the budget.
Yeah. Well, you could always use Robert for a prop, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want a super quick story that everyone laughs at?
We would love
We
it.
love
Please do.
stories.
We'll love it.
On the someone dies on set. Someone didn't die on set before I.
Thank you for
I had a
not.
full body dummy made of an actor, and something happened, so he had to leave set. And the director's freaking out. It's like, what do I do? We have like this big old scene left to do, and I have no lead. So we rigged me up on these between 2 ladders and some plywood, with a bunch of fishing line. I'm trying to think.
Monofilament?
Rigged up to this dummy, and we shot that entire sequence over his shoulder with me marionetting this fucking dummy.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
Good.
there's a good maybe page and a half of me up there with an actual dummy that's
Sweet.
in the movie. No one's called out.
Dude, that's badass. Dude.
That's super cool.
Now
I
that
love that.
is
I will
improvising.
Weekend and Bernie's the fuck out of a movie if someone's
You got to. That's the best.
That shit's getting done.
I love it, Robert. That's badass, dude.
Very
funny. Super funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, you got to
what
figure
do
shit
you
out.
do? You got to do
That's
it.
great.
That's the thing people don't realize. Like, if something goes wrong on a movie that's got a budget, one day is like
You got to roll with
10,
it.
20, 30 grand.
Yeah.
If you screw up, someone's having a bad day.
Fuck yeah, they
So
are.
you
Regardless,
gotta
yeah, it
figure
doesn't
out. You
matter.
gotta make it happen.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Mr. Horton, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, just in case somebody doesn't know who you are.
I'm Jay Horton, Jason. I'm a director and producer. I've worked predominantly in the lower budget range, 250,000 down to a couple $100 on a few. Made a lot of movies, and I have a YouTube channel, and I'm just finishing up Craving, which I'm super proud of.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, aren't you awesome with me? We don't
Jinx.
We don't stereo awesome.
Jinx, that's
Who's going to say it?
awesome.
Me, you,
That's super
Aaron. Who's going to say it?
Wait, whose turn is it to say that are cool things today?
Sam.
Me.
Sam's turn.
Oh,
So
Okay, go
Jason
ahead.
Horton, Jay Horton, is our mentor, and we learn a lot from him. A lot. So
We do.
we
watch
don't
him
steal
all the
anything
time.
from him. We just
Well,
learn
we
from
try not
him.
to.
Oh, you-
but
you can-
we
you can steal
kinda
whatever you want.
do.
Oh, good. So just don't turn off the camera
A
in your
little
bedroom.
bit. Hey, steal it, make it your own.
I remember the last time Sam he was on our show, and
Yeah.
I had said to him, if he didn't want to give away any of his secret sauce, I totally understand. You know what Jay said? There is no secret sauce.
No, no.
That's
and that's why we
stuck
love
with
him.
me forever. I'm just like, dude, there is no
There
secret
is
sauce.
none.
There isn't.
There's
No.
none.
No,
Yeah. It's just execution,
Yeah.
and follow through, and people that stake out livings in filmmaking or whatever avenue you choose in life. The people that stick with it, the people that are consistent, people that are good.
Mhm.
There's no big trick.
No, there isn't. And of all the employment opportunities on the planet, and I'm even taking away creativity, there's always like training courses you go to take. They teach you things, right? They do that. You got to go to training for 2 weeks to work here or
Yeah.
there. They show you what you need to do your job. So that always surprises me when you hear these other filmmakers out there not sharing their stuff. And that's why I always loved you. I'm like, he gets it. I mean, this is an industry. This is a business. This is how we can teach everybody to do better.
Right.
So what the fuck?
But the people who don't get it won't get it. And then they just won't get it. And then the ones who do, they're like your students. They're like your family.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yay, I taught them what they know. And you can look at us and go, yay, I'm that dude.
Yeah.
I taught them what they know because you
Or
did.
he's sitting there going, I thought I taught him better than that. But still, who knows?
Well,
I
mean, a few things.
No,
but...
you know what's cool, and I look at it more like, I'm not teaching people what to do so much as get started. You know, like I feel like it's like in general, like my channel, and yes, there's a lot of specific information, like do this specifically or that. But in a nutshell, I think it's more about, and I almost feel weird using this word about myself, but it's like you want to like inspire others to go and do it.
That's a perfect word for yourself.
It is
inspiring. You are.
Yeah, you're sharing your experiences, and that's what
maybe motivate would have been a more humbling
True.
adjective.
I mean, either one works.
You can try and humble it out now, but you said it correctly the first time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You do inspire
You
people.
do inspire people. Yeah, you inspired us.
Yeah, and you see the amount of people that are resonating back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can feel it, you see it, and I think that's great, man. I always have thought that's great.
And let's
because
talk
you deserve
about
it.
your campaign, because that says so much about the inspiration that you guys bring. You, Robert, you, and Jay.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah,
and the movie that you're trying to make and the stuff you're putting out there, it's inspiring.
Absolutely. How much did that campaign end up raising total?
We're at 64,000 right now.
Yeah,
it's still on demand, so it's still trickling in a little.
Good for
Okay.
you.
What was the original goal again, Jay? The first one.
Do you remember Bravo? Was it 25?
I think 25 was the original.
Yeah, I think.
He's gone.
Is Bravo
He's
gone?
Dude, I thought
frozen.
I had that down. I'm just like,
I just heard him somewhere else in the house.
No, he's
Okay.
frozen.
I love it. Okay, no,
Looks
keep
like
it.
his
froze.
phone died or something.
Yeah, it probably did. That's okay. He
There
can jump back
he's-
in.
Pop his
That's not
head
him.
next
No.
to you.
I love
oh
that.
shit, the chemicals got to him.
He's perfectly
Oh,
still.
no.
Call 911.
Well,
I think he's having issues.
There's
Thought he was here the whole
Bernie.
time.
There's Bernie.
I'll run a wire under each armpit and let's hear him.
Yeah. So I was trying to give him space to answer that, but yeah, it was 25,000.
Okay,
Yeah.
Was
all right.
was the
Okay.
initial goal,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna share this honestly on here now. So at the time, I said, and I did kind of believe that there was a version of that movie to be made at 25,000, but honestly, now in retrospect, there's no version of this movie that was going to be made at
Yeah.
$25,000.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there would have been. I mean, you would have made it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I would have made something happen. I would have had to.
Yeah.
But it like the goal in running the crowdfunder, the goal was always to raise more. Like 50,000 was always like my base level goal, but we had a crowdfunding coach who said that like set your goal like lower and stretch goal out to reach something like that at the level that that I was at with the fans I had. He said you ought to think more about something like 20 and then try to stretch goal it out from there.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So
it is.
here's my question for you, Jay. So since we're on crowdfunding, which is one of many things we'll talk about today,
Sure.
what's a crowdfunding coach and how do you find one of those?
His name is Jay Horton.
yeah. I mean, well, I would need a few more under my belt before I'd feel comfortable like doing something like that. But this individual actually solicited me. Like they've done it for other people a bunch. He'd raised something like $1 million or something like that on various campaigns.
Okay.
And like he did 2 or 3 of his own for like $100,000, and that's he makes a good side income doing this. And so if he sees a filmmaker that he knows is maybe prepping one, he might solicit. And he just said he thought that I had good stuff to be able to get to a reasonable goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And we're not there yet.
No.
Yeah.
But we're trying. We're striving.
Yes, we are. But that's cool to know.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
So this was an individual who actually has probably dived into this many times and has found the ins and outs of how crowdfunding can work if you do the
Right.
right steps.
Yeah, totally. And he has pretty much like a step-by-step thing. And, a lot of it is stuff. And I mean, most people, will buy a course like this, or will buy or get a consultant or whatever. And they'll get about halfway through and they'll figure like, well, I kind of know this already. I already know this. I already know that. But it's like different things that, put together in a different context makes a difference. And there were little salesy things that I never would have thought of that actually meant a lot to the campaign.
For sure.
I mean, I'll go ahead and share one thing, which was basically like, it's a tenet of sales, which is upsells, right? Yeah. And I would think as a crowdfunder, that would be like, you wouldn't do that, right? You have your perk, they buy your perk, that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I would feel even like pushy or weird, like doing an upsell. But there's this community built around, oh, there he is. There's a community built around crowdfunding, and like these people, like they want more perks and they want better deals and they want upgrades. So, you sell, somebody, a $69 Blu-ray, and you're like, hey, another $50, we're going to include this, and that.
Right.
That's why I keep getting those emails.
That's sales 101. That is.
Totally.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
if they're interested, they're interested.
Yeah.
Like, regardless.
Yeah, if they're interested. Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And one thing, and this is, one of the controversial perks, one of the, producer perks.
Oh God.
Which we won't get into all of that. But
we don't need to.
Get me rolling on that shit.
Yeah. But let's say, for example, you sell a associate producer perk, which is the lowest level producer, and you sell that for, say, $200. And then you might go to upsell and say, hey, look, you paid $200 for this, pay another $200 and we'll give you the $1,000 co-producer or something like that, And again, when he was first telling me this stuff, I'm kind of like, I don't want to do that, but I want to make my movie, I want to get more money, so we start doing it, and we had about a 70% return rate on those.
Fuck, dude. Jesus Christ. And that's the other thing too, is like you were saying earlier, Jay, the whole aspect of the fact that, it's, I know that stuff. But the problem is, like, even when we did our old crowdfunder, we didn't implement the stuff. Everybody says stuff. It's like, we should do that.
Yeah. And we didn't.
We didn't implement it.
Because, because I mean, what we ended up doing wrong is exactly what you're saying. We didn't take it to the level it needed to be. We didn't. Yeah. It is a job. It's a separate job. Where are you going, Sam?
She swears. She swears she's just running to the bathroom.
Okay.
She swears.
Yeah. It is another full-time job, and I think that's what Jay and your team did. I mean, you took that shit seriously. Like, you took a full month and you worked that motherfucker. You really did.
Yeah. I was on the computer pretty much 12 hours a day for that campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like now, like, I have a better, like, grasp on it, like doing another one. I think I don't have to spend quite as much time, but I don't want to make it look like it's easy.
Yeah.
But I think I could do a little less time intensive next time.
And that's exactly how we felt with our documentary. Right. I mean, that's where we're at right now with the doc. Like, it took us, a year and a few months to do that thing. And I'm like, now that we've done one, and it took that much time, we're like, we could shrink that time frame to do that. Now that we know the steps it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's normal. I totally get it. Jay.
I mean, and the whole thing, and here's a little homage to Jay, is the fact that the whole reason why we started doing documentaries was off of the conversation we had with you a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
With the whole idea of doing the documentaries and busting out a documentary every couple of months.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've always told Sam. It was like, even though we were supposed to be doing these as quick turnovers, with as much heart and soul she put into this first doc, and as beautiful as it turned out, it's exactly the documentary we had to release first.
That's the one we needed to do. Yep. And fuck the time, you just got to do it, But I think we can, now that we got one under our belt, we're like, okay, let's see how fast we can do another one and another one.
Yeah.
I think that happens across the board with all aspects of this. Whether it be the documentaries or the crowdfunders, like as Jason was saying, on the next one, I think we'd breeze through with 2 or 3 hours a day less than we were doing previously.
Right.
But it's also, and he may have said this while I was, lost in the ethos.
Yeah, you're back with us though, bro. We found you.
Welcome back. But it's not just the time when you're there doing it. It's the month and a half before when the real work happened.
Prepping it.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
We probably bled more, mentally in that month beforehand, trying to figure out, well, what's a decent perk? How much is that worth? What do people want? How do we? Is this good enough? Is anyone even interested?
Yeah.
You know, what's the perk card? What's the visual going to look like to go with that? You know,
you're right.
Lots of blood on your guys' stuff. Obviously,
I can tell you one thing that I really liked, which I'll end up probably saying that he coached us to do it, but I'm basically going to steal it. is the price points for your perks?
Yeah,
I loved how they are not just, hey, $100 for this, $200 for that. There's this little like $22 or $69, and you're like, why is it that way? That's unique, right? And then you see it, and you kind of want to buy it because it's different. Yes,
yeah, it gets your attention.
I mean, it's that stupid, but that's weird. Where did that? Well, I mean, but I mean, it's kind of stupid, but it gets your attention.
Yes. No, this was another one of the consultant things, and I don't want to give away all of his stuff, but this one, no, it's okay. I'll give this one though. And it comes from a book. And I wish I could remember the name of the book. It's a marketing book. And they're basically talking about, like catching people's eyes and prices. Yeah. And, how, $67, you'll sell more things for $67 than $70, or more things for $67 than $65. Like even like zeros and fives don't catch the eye as much because they're more prevalent, in dollar amounts.
Right.
So it's like that catches out, and you want to set it. Usually you want to set it like say like my DVDs, I really wanted to price at 70, right? But they're like, he's like, look, it's $1, charge 69. It's going to catch more eyeballs, and you'll get more attention on it, dude. So, and it feels less expensive with the 6.9 as opposed to a 7.0.
Right.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love it?
And it sounds kind of like used car salesman, like shady, but it's basic sales.
It is.
And what I think, one of the filmmakers' biggest problems in crowdfunders is they get in their own head about, like asking for money or, selling people or, whatever it is. And it's a totally valid emotional response to it. But if you're going to do a successful one, like you really got to like let that go and dive in. And you'll find, because I was totally going into it like very, I don't want to say anti-crowdfunding, but I was really, really hesitant. But once you get into it and you start doing some of those upsales, and like 90% of the people that we did that for, they not only did it, but were thankful. Like I still get messages from people to this day, like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. And, so like that's cool. Or, if you're just selling a physical Blu-ray and you add on some other stuff that would be worth a lot more money and sell it for, 100 as opposed to 69. And again, they're excited.
Right. Yeah. It makes all the sense in the world.
I ended up having some really great conversations, and there's stuff in the movie that came along as, we'd shoot some of those back and forth. It's like we do an upgrade, and then someone would say, hey, I think it's really cool you're a special effects artist, and, I'm trying to be polite, so we back and forth a couple of emails. And the next thing I know, someone will say, it'd be really cool if the monster fill in the blank, rip someone's heart out or something. And all of a sudden I'm like, what that? Right. There's a couple of scenes in the movie that can just, we ended up having conversations with people who are excited, and they're going to get, even more excited.
They're going to love it. They
will be able, email thread led to a sequence.
Yeah.
There you go.
They want to be a part, and it's not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
They have great ideas, so that's a good point.
Absolutely.
I do want to give one crowdfunding word of warning, and something that we're taking a little bit of a bath on right now.
Okay,
and it's something I kind of knew. People had said, be careful with your physical perks. Make sure that you price them enough to cover, your shipping and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, I was like, okay, so, I tacked on whatever, 10 or 15 bucks on, some of them for shipping. And I just sent one of our, basically it's something about the size of a head. It weighs about 3 pounds, maybe 5 with the fake arm that was in there, and had to send it to Canada. And it cost $56 for shipping. Yeah. And we're talking about a $75 perk.
Okay.
So and then if you count the labor that it took,
$20 perk. In the end.
Yeah, well, and less if
technically
you count
less, because I had to make the thing.
Right, right.
And he spent a solid day actually making or more than a day making the thing. So we took a bath on on physical perks, man. I know as filmmakers, we want to price reasonably.
Yes.
We don't want to, gouge people and this and that. But if you are sending out physical perks, if you want money to make the movie and you still want to deliver the perks on the back end and not get stuck, you have to account for it. Like it has to be priced more or adding more for shipping.
Right.
Because I think that this is probably 85% of the campaigns where people never get their perks. I'm guessing it's because of stuff like this.
Like
the filmmaker didn't set out to, rip anybody off or anything, but they get there and they just underestimated what these costs would be.
Yeah.
And they get there and they have 200 DVDs to send, and 50 of which are overseas, and every single one of those is going to cost like $15 or $20.
Right.
It can kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't really consider when it comes to movies, is that there's people all over the world that are going to want these things.
Yeah.
And that costs more than just sending it next
It's true,
door.
because you think, I can just put a stamp on
Right.
it. We'll send it. There's no problem.
Dude, I had when we were
25
prepping the campaign, and I would go into groups and I would ask, like other filmmakers about like, how do you price your perks? Or I'd ask people, what kind of perks do you like? What stuff pisses you off about crowdfunders? And you'd get these people, like there was a couple of dudes from the UK, and they're like, I'm so tired of DVDs being, $60, on crowdfunders. That's not fair. It's a ripoff. And it costs anywhere from $5 to $10 a unit to duplicate it, and then it can take another 15 to 20 to 30, depending on what's in there, to ship it to the UK.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the filmmaker's getting maybe $20 out of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not nothing, but the crowdfunder is to make the movie, not to be a Walmart.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other aspect of that is do you have a perk that you can offer that is going to help supplement the cost of some of your deliverable perks?
That's
Totally.
right.
So
That's totally it.
we're in the middle, and we haven't announced it yet, but we're going to do a finishing funds campaign for Craving. And, we're definitely on this one. We're charging a lot more for our physical perks, but we're bundling things with them that we can add for free to make it a better deal.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is
I
cool.
love that.
It's perfect.
That's
We
great.
had this conversation, Jay, about Printful.
Yeah. Yeah.
About watching.
God.
I know. Yeah, because we went through the same thing you did, because I thought we priced it good. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, did I really dig in and look at what shipping costs would be to other places outside of the U.S.? Fuck no, I didn't. I estimated in my head on the fly. You know what I mean? And then you send something, and Chuck's like, I think we only made like $1.
We made $1.87 on our first purchase.
Yeah, and I was like, shit.
I lost $10 on my first two.
You see what I mean?
Honestly,
and the
that's
other thing
what
with
happens.
Printful,
Yes,
the
it does,
other thing
Sam,
with
it does.
Printful is the fact that Printful takes all the money before however they purchased it.
So you're on the hook
Deposits.
for it up front, which is another thing. I mean, I guess it's in there in the print, but I didn't realize it until it was launched. And I was like, why is my account like $400 shy?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. That's all
Oops.
bad.
Yep, you got to wait for your money, motherfucker.
Yeah, they take their money the second it sells. However,
Yeah.
I know, but
You
So
don't
do
get paid.
yours,
the
like,
fine print
whenever.
when you're doing media on demand. Read the
5
fine
days.
print.
The average. Everybody, pay attention. The average is 5 days before you get paid from the Stripe or whatever it is that you're using for your payment method on your online, on your website or whatever you're using. The average is 5 days. However, the people making shit take it out instantly.
They always take your money first, fast. Giving money takes forever. Why is that? Why is that?
Because if you had to pay, when was the last time you paid a bill the second you got it in the house?
I do it.
If I want a refund, if I paid
I'm
a
kidding.
bill, if I pay a fucking bill and I have it directly pulled from my account, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I don't need to pay that because I canceled it. And they're like, okay, well, it's going to take 30 days for us to get your money. I'm like, motherfucker, you took it like on time, no problem.
That's how it is, though.
Those bastards.
I know.
They act like the internet
You
does
gotta
not work.
have money
I can
to
play
make
Xbox
money.
and I'm
Is that-
fighting a
is
guy
that
in
wrong?
China like instantaneously. You telling me they can't do it? They can do it.
They could do it.
Well,
However, the
but
money
you
that
have to have money to
they
make
took
money.
from you and put into an account is a compound interest account, which means that in that 30 days they're going to make a shit ton of money off of your little.
I
bit of
know
money.
what they're doing. I know. I worked at a bank. I know their fucking hustle. Bastards.
Come on, let's see that pelvic thrust now, Aaron. Come on.
Yeah. Be badass. Call them out. I don't give a shit. Anyway, okay. Sam, did you have another question? I didn't.
Wait, why?
Did you have I swear to God, I heard you say
We
something.
thought you
and
were
got
running
cut
with
off.
the show today. We just kind of been going bantering
was
off
I?
of you. Yeah,
Oh.
we were just bantering off of you.
I have literally, guys. This is what I have.
Oh,
What do you got? Oh no!
A bunny.
Oh
I have
no!
a
She
little
brought a
bunny.
bunny down here. I forgot about that.
Baby
don't say
bunny.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
I
I'm
love
taking
bunnies.
care. I'm
Look at
feeding
that.
the little baby bunnies.
Wait, she's taking care of the bunnies to what? To feed to the fucking snake. That's what she's doing.
No, she's not
No.
actually. She's not.
Okay, well, when I was here on
They're
Wednesday, they
wrong.
were feeding to the snake.
I changed my mind.
She changed
She-
her mind
she
because they're
shoves it back in
actually
her
living.
bra.
The six bunnies that she's
They're
rescuing
doing well.
are doing good. She's going to release them tomorrow
Yeah.
into the wild. But here's the scary
Where
part.
are you going to go?
None to my snake. Okay.
Where are you going to release them at? I could use some stew.
Here's the scary part.
Stop.
Here's the scary part.
My brother said the same thing.
The last-
That's why I rescued him.
The last 3 or 4 days, all I've heard is like Cobra Kai outside. There's a hawk out there.
Waiting,
And I hear 'em in the
waiting
fucking
for
woods.
me to let the bunnies go.
Yes.
I hate it.
Yes. So when you release them tomorrow, I'm filming it.
Yes, I will come
Just in
I will do
case.
audio.
The
Just-
hawk is waiting.
Just in case the hawk snatches one, because if he does,
He's waiting
dude,
for
that shit's
this.
gonna go viral. 11 million views.
He's
no
waiting
problem.
for this.
I know.
Take off your YouTube channel right
Baby
there.
bunnies.
I know, dude. Yep, that'll work. Man, yeah, she saved these bunnies. Isn't that crazy?
That's
Well,
cool.
my brother was gonna kill him.
Yeah, he found
I
them in
was
her
like,
in his
no.
yard, and she
He was
ran
gonna-
over there.
Yeah.
But she didn't tell me she was gonna go do it.
Of
yet.
course not.
She just went and
Of course
did it.
not. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that
The last time she disappeared and came back, she had a possum.
See,
Yeah.
I like to save animals. Okay.
And
This
she's
is
with Aaron, so
possum.
obviously.
This is possum.
she's an animal lover.
Yeah, I am. I can't help it. Well, my brother was weed whacking, and he
Stumbled-
thought they were gophers and hit him with a weed whacker. I wouldn't say.
Oh, you
I
did
didn't
it.
want him to die.
How long we've had him so far?
3 days.
I was gonna say,
3
you got them on Wednesday, the day of the last podcast.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And their eyes weren't their eyes were shut.
No,
and then
they're-
like
and
within
yeah.
3 days they're hopping around already.
And I was gonna take the
Jesus.
weak one and feed it to my snake.
And we said it out
Bye.
loud, and that bunny was like, "Fuck that."
I'm fine.
No.
I'm
good. I'm good.
There's literally no weak one. I can't do it. There's no weak one. They're all strong.
All I know is she just keeps reaching into her shirt, and it's distracting for a live show.
I mean, they like it in
Excuse
my
me while-
cleavage. They like my cleavage. It's warm in there.
I totally understand.
It's not what you think. I'm just playing with my bunnies.
I was going. She's got a lot of headroom. I was going to adjust her camera when she came back down and sat down, and I saw she had a bunny pulling out of her bra, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave the camera neck up instead of boobs up.
This has always been an issue because Aaron's not really an animal person.
Not necessarily, no.
I love animals too. I love the fact that I can just, tell them to shut up and lock them outside if I have to.
That's a control thing.
That is weird.
Control.
Yeah, you like having control, Chuck.
I do like to
No.
have control.
I know,
Don't-
and that's why people like piss you off.
Come here and let me twist the knobs here a little. What are you doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
I was gonna say, why are you playing with this camera?
She loves me.
Because he's controlling.
I am not controlling.
This conversation
Wow.
has taken a slight segue into who has the most control and who wants it and who
Well, I
needs
do.
it and
'Cause
who's.
all these little animals depend on me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you control them.
So,
All right, sorry.
Mr. Bravo. Let's talk about killing
feeding
things
little
again.
tiny bunnies for a long time.
So, how did that
Anyway.
rip out the heart scene go?
Wait, what?
We're talking about the
Wait,
hurt.
you can't go from baby bunnies
I
to
can
ripping
I
out
can
the
either
heart.
talk about ripping out somebody's heart, or I can take the bunny out of your cleavage and just swing it around the room and float it under the wall.
Here you go.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious to see how that goes.
Look what you got.
Do you have a bunny in your hand? Oh my god.
Look at the
to ask
bunny.
a question.
I'm sorry, Robert. Yeah, this is our show.
Trying.
Like I sit around and I'm trying to watch a fucking show or a movie, and it's fucking Wild Kingdom, and all I have in my head is "Welcome to Wild Kingdom." That's what's going on in my head, in my house.
You
So,
can't
I'm
get
sorry,
away
bro.
from it.
No, I can't.
If this
Hey,
thing shits
I-
on me, I swear to God, there's anything might
Shit on
happen.
you, it's gonna be tiny, microscopic turds.
Bite-sized stew.
Anyway, Robert, please. How
That's what my brother
Chuck
said.
asked you a question. What the fuck are you doing,
Right.
dude?
So,
I'm not. That's okay.
I actually, I had the mold I used to make the monster's hands,
Give it back.
and instead of running a glove out of that, I ran a foam hand. So we had a foam version of the monster's hand, and then I made a rig that we could put over the actor's chest and a prosthetic, and then we'll pantomime. So from behind, you'll see the monster go like that.
Right.
Then you'll pan down and there'll be a fist coming through the actor's chest with a heart in its hand.
You are so good.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Robert, how did you get into the special makeup effects and stuff?
Actually, this guy, Jay Horton.
Really? Okay. Same.
The mighty Inspire. I was raised in the music industry, and I wanted nothing to do with entertainment. I actually grew up on tour buses, which is a whole other story that can happen off camera. But
another day.
I got rabbit hair in my mouth.
I didn't want to do film, and a million years ago, I think I was probably like 16 or 17. I don't know. I was a baby. I was working at Starbucks with this guy who was making movies. You know, for anyone who doesn't know, Starbucks is like the best job for, you know, up and coming, you know, young people trying to do movies, because you can literally just say, hey, I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off. I'll be back. And at least back then they'd let you. So if you needed something, you know, regular to help out for a while. Anyway, he and I became friends. I spoke that language because I was raised in that world. Our first 2 movies I came on as a producer, and I just helped with paperwork. And then we had a really fun horror movie, and we couldn't afford to hire an effects guy. So I learned the effects for that movie.
You became that guy.
I enjoyed it, and I hated producing. And that was about a decade ago.
Okay.
How did you learn this on your own?
Initially, I would just... Well, part of it was I did it the way all the guys in the 80s did, which was I just find random weird stuff and I'd be like, that looks like it could be a heart. And that weird thing, that piece of foam became the heart in the movie. And also, you know, we had the internet and YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff, which is funny now because I tell everyone not to watch YouTube videos because half the time they're telling you to do something dangerous and stupid.
Yeah.
But I was a kid and I didn't know better. Right. And then over time, you know, I would go out and be coffee bitch. So I'd go to Legacy, which is like the guys who do some of the Marvel movies, and just hang out. And I was likable, which that's always been my most lucky skill, is for whatever reason, people seem to like me.
Okay. Damn it. I like you.
It's amazing.
Damn it.
Everyone hates me.
But you know, like you just talk to someone and be like, hey, can I come sweep your floors for a day and watch you make a mold? And then over a decade, you learn more and more. And I'm a big proponent of learn by doing.
Okay.
And he's great at sweeping floors at this point.
Well, he's a fly on the wall. I get what he was doing. That fly on the wall mentality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But,
You watch what's going on.
I fly on the wall a lot.
For sure.
The dangerous thing that I ran into a lot when I was younger, and something I would definitely warn people trying to, because my other thing is I always did this stuff cheap. To this day, I'm still probably about a quarter cheaper than anyone else at my skill level.
I'm sure Jay's grateful for that.
But
no, I do it, don't I, Aaron?
Yes, you do.
The thing is, a lot of the times, especially back then, is the first time I would see an effects executed was on camera, and then you wouldn't have a backup plan when something went wrong.
Yeah.
And so if there was any one thing I would say to someone who's learning to do this, you know, do your pre-shoot tests, know how everything's going to look, and have backup plans for your backup plans, because you're going to go up to someone and say, I need 4 hours to do this. And they're going to come up to you 10 minutes before the shot and say, you have 4 minutes to do this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another Coach's Corner. Coach Rick here. That was a quote from a book called A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Often given credit to Nelson Mandela, because I believe he used this in his inauguration speech, or a portion of this. He borrowed it from her. And Coach Carter has a version of it, if you've ever seen that film. I love this quote. I have it framed and I keep it close by and usually have it memorized. Didn't want to screw it up, but instead this time I'm like, oh, where did I leave off? So, dramatic pause. How are we doing, guys? Are you giving your gift? Yeah, doing your part to save the planet? Are you aware that you are part of the Renaissance? I hope so. That's what we're doing here, guys. We are taking this industry back for we, the people. We're taking it back. We are going to, continue to do it our way, which is going to ultimately be better than what the machine has been producing. So why that quote? Well, it came up with, what I wanted, at least it came up for me, with what I wanted to talk to you about today, whenever you're listening to this. Stop apologizing. Don't apologize. It is jokingly, but kind of true, like, rule number one, one of the number one rules for class. When you look at what actors do in terms of auditioning, for example, my personal belief is that one of the worst things you could do is to literally apologize. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It just kind of screams that you're a rookie, that you're not professional, and you lack experience. Now, hopefully I remember to get into, there are ways of apologizing without saying a word also, okay? But what is our job? Our job is to be professional, right? We want to show them that we have an understanding of what this world, this medium. And you know what? This can apply to anyone, guys. This applies in any regular job interview. It'll apply in any kind of audition if you're any kind of performance artist as well. If you're apologizing, if you lack the confidence of being comfortable of who you are and what you're bringing to the table, it's going to show. And that's you apologizing for not being good enough, right? You want to be a professional. You want to show them you're professional. You walk into that room is yours while you were there. Doesn't mean you're cocky. Doesn't mean you're a jerk. Be polite. Always be polite. Be kind. Always be kind. But don't apologize for taking the room. Don't ask for permission to move the chair. Move the chair if you're not going to use the chair. The chair's in your way, then get it out of the way. You can put it back when you're done. That would be a kind thing to do. That's the way the room was set up. But you don't have to sit if you don't want to sit. Unless, of course, they're like, would you please sit? We really want you to. Fine. You can respond to that. But again, when we come in apologizing, when we come in asking for permission, you're kind of setting yourself up out of the gates in what I would consider a less than advantageous way of showing yourself off. And again, I'm not talking about being cocky by no stretch of the imagination. If you think it's polite to ask permission to move the chair, okay, fine, go for it. I don't. And I've never been accused of being rude, or it's never gotten back. And, I've had great success. I walk in there, I'm not going to waste anyone's time, number one, right? I'm going to get to business. And when I'm done, I'm going to say thank you and I'm going to leave because I got somewhere to go. Consider having somewhere to go when you have an audition. Consider, instead of just standing there, which is what we see from a lot of people, and it can be very uncomfortable, they're done with the audition and they're just going to stay there and stand there and hope to hear something. No, your job is to say whatever lines you've been given, whatever sides you've been given, complete it. You finish it when you're done. And again, I'm a big fan of the button. I'm a big fan of that final moment. Don't say your last line and then be done. Say your last line and stay in that moment. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Start to leave. They'll stop you if they want to see more. And I guarantee you, once you start practicing, walking out of that room on your own, they're going to start calling you back in more often also. They're going to want to see more. Why? Because you're a freaking professional. You have something to offer and you know it. Again, you're not being cocky about it, but you're confident in the fact that I am a working actor. I am working my ass off every day to be better at my craft. And you, on top of that, actually do want to work with me because I'm a great person to work with. I'm professional, I'm kind, I'm courteous. I'm not there to make best friends, but I sure as hell can be one if I'm going to be around for a long time. Right? Professional. You don't go on set, try talking up the stars, trying to get... No! Go there, do your job, get out. And be great also, right? So, no. Again, if you're the gift, right? Go back to the gift if you don't know what I'm talking about. That's one of the earlier Coach's Corners. You have a contribution to make. You have something precious to offer that only you have. Why on earth would you apologize for that, ever? And look, there are places in life that you're going to need to apologize. You're going to need to take responsibility. Screwing up a line in an audition is not one of them. Okay? You have one or two choices. You screw up, you just keep barreling through. If you feel like you absolutely have to restart, again, don't ask for permission. Just say, I'm going to take that back to the beginning, please. If you want to say please, because you're speaking to the reader. You tell them what you're going to do. You get one of those. You don't get two restarts. If you're ever going to do that, I'm going to start over. Again, you're not asking for permission. You do it. You see what I'm talking about. You have control of that room. That's your time. That's your space. That's your 2 minutes, your 3 minutes, your 5 minutes, whatever it is. No one knows you better than you. If you know that you just blew it, in your opinion, and need to start over, do so. Just as acceptable, take a pause, take a breath, continue. And continue powerfully. That's it. You can save the end of the scene. I've gone up on my lines. You know what I do? I'll look down to the script to gather it, and then I'll continue. I'm not upset with myself. I'm not beating myself up. I'm not, again, all the rookie moves, all the damns and the fucks and the shits and the even if you don't say them, you're having those thoughts. The casting director, the director, the producer, they can see that, they can feel that, and they can see that you just broke character. You just dropped out of it. You pulled not just yourself out, you pulled them out of something they might have been in. So, but because you're a professional, you know how to carry yourself, you know how to move forward, because this is what you practice. How do you practice? Well, you go to class, of course, right? Correct and continue. It's that simple. But there is no need to apologize in the space of an audition. And check yourself. Are you apologizing for yourself without even speaking it? You have it all inside you already, guys. It's all there. You have to be able to walk into the room owning that. So, think about it. Let me know what you think. You can email me at thecoachrick@gmail.com. Also, recently released, if you didn't see, I was on for another episode of Around the Reel. I think it's number 131. So check that out if you haven't already. And thanks for listening here. Remember, you are powerful beyond measure. God bless. Love to y'all. Till next time.
Yeah.
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 With the major effects that you're pulling off, I mean, those would take a lot of time. And I was going to ask you, because we've never done anything super major practically on set. It's simple little things we do. And because we don't, I mean, Chuck, you loved Fangoria magazine back in the day. Yeah. You always wanted to be like Winston. Right. I mean, that was your guy. Yeah. So, but we've never had an opportunity to really get into that stuff the way we want to.
Yeah.
So what is it like trying to prepare for a shoot when you've got all these effects that, you got to bring to set and pull off? How's that happen?
It is all planning. And like I said, it's planning every possible screw up that can happen for your first scenario, and then having 3 backup versions of that. At the risk of mentioning a challenge that happens on our own movie, we had something that was supposed to take 2 hours. Okay. On the day, I had 20 minutes. And really, your value to an indie producer is, can you do it fast and still have it come out good?
Right.
And in that case, I'm being real careful for spoiler things.
Yeah,
so I had these air bladders that we were using for the transformation sequence, which is basically like a custom balloon.
Okay.
And
like the howling shit, like back in the day.
Kind of like the howling shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I love that.
And so we had run out of time, and I had to do a blood gag. And so traditionally, you would use a blood delivery system, a BDS, or a special kind of bladder. We didn't have time to hook that up, and the air bladders glue on in like 30 seconds. So I snipped holes in the air bladders and ghetto rigged it up, and no one saw it because it goes under the prosthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I would say the most important thing when it comes to planning these things is be ready for whatever happens on a film set. There's nowhere more chaotic and crazy than a film set.
Yes, thank you. That's great.
You have to.
You have to be ready.
You have to be ready, but you have to be calm and you have to be pleasant because no one can see you sweat.
Right.
Because if the cast sees you like, this isn't going to work, it's going to be a fucking disaster.
Right.
Now they're scared because they're like, oh, this is what, if I fuck this one up, it's the end of the world. So you have to convince them that everything is great. You have to, I'm over here with 2 fire extinguishers full of blood, running hoses to people and being like, okay, is this going to suck? Probably not. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So Robert, how do you handle the pressure then? How do you do that?
It's just kind of knowing I've done almost all this enough times to know I can make it work. And if it doesn't work, I can come up with, I already have my 2 backup things that are ready to go and just hoping.
No, I get it. Hope.
Good dose of hope.
Yeah, no, hope helps. I know.
No, but honestly, it's just, you do it a lot and you know how it works. And I mean, honestly, this is all, it's science. Special effects is chemistry and baking. Like literally, it's cooking. I went to Horton and Robert.
I want to go visit Robert.
I know.
I want to right down here.
I want to go down. I want to go on a vacation and go visit Robert.
I'll turn you around and you can see like all my chemicals and stuff like that. It's all chemistry. It's mixing, component A, B, and C to make a foam body.
And
it's cool.
I'd like to add for all of our young listeners out there, it's all about chemistry and ventilation. You need to make sure you have good ventilation so you don't pass out in the middle of your experiment.
I'll tell you a scary fact. I read a while back the average life expectancy of a special effects technician. So the guy building this stuff,
Yeah.
37.
Yeah.
37?
37.
Holy shit.
That's about to change.
You know,
You're going to make that better, right?
Yeah, if you got to wear a mask, bro.
Well, you know, it's just making sure you actually wear your respirators and do
because you're dealing with some shit that's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally, as Jason said, every once in a while you forget and you do some, you know, poison the roommates or whatnot. I do all this in a garage, and I have the big door that's open and a side door that's open, so I always have a cross breeze under normal circumstances, more so when it's, you know, 115 degrees.
Right.
It's hot enough in here. I am able to bake foam, so make prosthetics without an oven now.
Oh, no.
Wow.
You gotta love Southern California.
That's good.
Yeah. You know, but it's definitely a common sense thing. I remember I was making fiberglass molds not too long ago.
Okay.
And it was just a 5-minute screw up. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, no.
I took my mask off and I did this.
Uh-oh.
Full of fiberglass.
Oh,
No.
It was a rough time for like 3 weeks.
I bet.
But you make a mistake like that, all of a sudden you care a lot more.
You learn, right?
Yeah,
Fuck COVID, everything hurts.
Well, Robert, how old are you right now? What's your age, bro? What's your age, bro? 36.
36.
Okay, bro, come on, you can make it. You gotta get past that 37, bro.
I thought for sure, Jason, during this shit, I thought for sure I was going to join the 27 club. So I'm counting every day as extra credit.
Oh man, dude, it's impressive that you guys can do that stuff. To me, it's just like I have no concept of what you're doing, like zero. Like
not really.
Even Chuck will come up with some little things that I know that you at your level are probably like, yeah, that's how you start. You know what I'm saying, Chuck, right? Yeah. But I'm fascinated when he's doing. I'm like, oh yeah, that would work. That's kind of cool. How'd you think of that? You know, and I see like the shit you got in the background. I'm like, how the fuck did you make that? We have a filmmaker up here that we work with, Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
Who's really well advanced in like practical effects. He does a great job too.
And creature creation as far as like, you know, he's created an entire man-made fucking fin set for
underwater monster thing, and it's fucking cool.
Of course, it only fits him because he's a tiny person, but still.
Yeah, but you know, he does it like in his garage, just like you're doing, and it's like, wow. I go to his house, and we were shooting the Shape movie we did, and you look around, and he's got like shit everywhere.
He's got like 700 skulls in different forms of decay, just laying around.
It's fucking cool.
A table full of heads.
That's what I'm saying. That's fucking badass stuff.
But you'd be amazed because I think the thing is, and what scares a lot of people is they hear, you know, especially when you hear a lot of effects artists get into a room and talk, you always start talking about the cool chemicals. You try that new TS65, which is an expanding foam, or TCFP or FP15. And people think, well, I'm never going to understand that. That's all, you know, scary chemicals and the poisons that kill you when you're 37.
It's kind of like being a cinematographer and we don't understand the settings on the camera.
You know, Michaels and this guy back here, the suit.
Yeah.
That's a dancing leotard, a couch. I got the cushions off a couch.
Wait, what? For real?
So, you know, you can make something like that for $1,000.
Right. And nothing.
Wow.
A lot of this stuff, look at what cosplayers are doing.
Yeah, for real.
Kids in their garages are doing stuff better than, like, you know, hardcore industry professionals have been doing this for 50 years.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
It's not as unattainable as people think. I mean, this guy's talking about that, so we'll slow with him.
Wow.
Really, it's just a matter of, like, I can't get the cool, expensive, fancy stuff. Fuck it. You know, how do I come up with something cool? We all know what bones look like. So you get a piece of PVC and you add shit and fuck with it until it looks like, you know, a femur or an arm.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. That's being creative, brother.
Like, I really, I get excited and frustrated when I've taught a couple of times special effects. And you see these kids who are afraid. You see half the kids are afraid to do anything because they have to do it all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hear the big name you hear in effects is Dick Smith. Everything's that's not how Dick would do it, and if it's not how Dick would do it, it's not.
Well, it's intimidating. To be honest,
I come from if it's safe and it works, and you know, it's safe. That's the big one.
Yeah,
for real.
And that's the right way to do it because there's 20 ways to do anything. You know, you can run a prosthetic out of foam, silicone, or, you know, glue, prosade.
Okay.
And that carries over, Jason will tell you, that covers over to most departments in film. there's 20 ways to do something right. And you find the way that works for your shoot. If you have 20 grand to make a movie, you're going to sweat harder and have to MacGyver a hell of a lot more. But there is a right way to successfully find that movie. Right. You know, it's more in that planning stage, and shit can't go wrong. You know, if you lose a day, if you have 6 days to shoot your movie and you lose a day, you're in a lot more trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
But you get there and you do it. And we've done it, man. We shot a feature film in 35 hours.
Amazing.
Amazing.
No, but literally, it's amazing.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Inspiring.
Don't you remember?
What did we shoot in 35 hours?
Oh, you don't?
It was one of those.
You don't remember?
I don't know if I can say the name.
One of those. We only shot those for like 12 hours.
No, we had one where we shot 2 features simultaneously. It was a weekend, and everyone got sick afterwards.
But not 35 hours concurrently. It was like 12 hours, night off.
It was like 28 hours.
You're definitely missing.
Too many fumes. Too many fumes.
Nothing I was on.
What? I thought it was one of yours. I shot a feature for 35 hours.
He's covering
it wasn't me, man.
Robert, he's covering his liability ass.
You shot a feature for 35 hours, though.
It was the longest work. Well, I think it was the longest work day I've ever had. I've had a couple where, like, if you're the solo effects artist in like a zombie movie, you're working for like 30 hours straight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
By the time you get that last actor clean, if you're the only effects artist, the first actor for day 2 shows up, and you're just like, I'm gonna go sit in that corner and cry for 5 minutes, and I'll be
right.
Give me 5 minutes, and somebody give me a fucking Starbucks.
Well, it's impressive, brother. It really is what you do. It's a unique art form.
Yeah,
completely.
Well, and the nice thing with stuff like that is it's a hurry up and wait department. Like I work really hard for 4 hours, and then I dick around for 4 hours, and then I work really hard for 4 hours.
Yeah, get it. Totally get it.
You know, so there's windows where you're not doing anything, and as long as you have a walkie on you or someone knows where to find you, you can, get that rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, as you get closer to that 37-year mark, I'm going to guess that they'll find you somewhere taking a nap.
He might be sleeping.
I am known, and you'll find me in the weird ass places. Like we'll be on a normal set, and somehow it's like, "Where's Bravo?" He's under a car.
It's shady. It's quiet. And for the love of God, check the car under the car before you drive away.
It's a little bit cooler.
Otherwise, if you don't remember to check the car before you drive away, for the love of God, please make sure you get it on film.
And just make sure Bravo's breathing.
For real though.
We'll use bladders. We'll make it look like I'm breathing.
So what got you guys excited about Craving? Well, let's talk about the film itself for a second. So I don't know which guy wants to start it here, but Jay, I know this is your first feature back for a while.
Yeah, it's a script I've been sitting on a really long time. I couldn't even tell you how long ago I wrote it. Maybe 10 years, 12 years, 15, something like that.
Wow.
I always liked it. I have a lot of scripts, stockpiled over the years, but it's one that I've probably my favorite, top 5. Okay. And I've had it prepped to shoot a couple of different times at a couple of different budgets, got really close to raising the money that I wanted for it a few times several years ago, but it never happened. And then, after campus, wasn't sure if I was even going to do a narrative again. And then about a year ago, I started just feeling the itch. I was like, I want to make a narrative feature now. I've done the documentaries for a long time. I don't want to stop doing those, but I want to go back and do a narrative again. And I was like, if I'm going to do one, I want to do one that's special to me. So I'll do this one. And to be 100% honest, it probably wasn't the wisest script to attempt for under $100,000.
Why do you say that? Why?
Because of the scale of it. Okay. It has 11 or 12 principal actors, all together in this, almost single location that you have to cover for the entire time. Yeah. And the effects are very complicated, including a full bodied, creature and a transformation. And it's big.
Okay.
It is so big, yeah.
Didn't you go in and change some things up too with the screenplay based off locations and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But probably not enough.
I got you.
If there's anyone who can pull it off, it's you.
No, yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
with Robert.
if I have a like both a weakness and a strength as a filmmaker, it's that my eyes are often bigger than my stomach as far as what I'm undertaking. I'm always, every single narrative I've ever done has always been just a little bit too ambitious for the budget, but I do it, and I pull them off with varying degrees of success.
Right.
But like I'm happy with how this came off, but it was not easy. I wouldn't. It was a good experience, but I wouldn't call it an easy experience.
I completely understand that. When we did The Outrider back in 2018 and 19, that script to me, if someone had 150 million to make it, that would be badass.
Right.
And in my brain, I know exactly what we were shooting for, but we had no money. Yeah. So when I look back at that movie and I'm like, well, I see why people don't like it. They don't get it. It doesn't resonate right.
It's black and white.
Fine. Yeah, and that's okay. But as far as story goes, it's fucking ambitious if you think about it.
Well, yeah.
But I think that's what we decided on as a company here and as a team. Like, write your story and then we'll figure out how to tell it the best way we can with what we have.
Totally.
And that's the way it is. And it's like, I'm super proud of the movie for considering that we shot it for less than $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it is what it is.
I'm glad to see Aaron's price was going back up though. He
trying.
had that down to like
I had
$1,000. He had it down to like
$150 for
minimum.
It costs more than that for the camera.
But there's certain moments in it where I'm like, that's kind of what I had in my head. And then there's other moments like that's not exactly at all what I had in my head when I wrote it. But it is what it is. But we still got to do it and tell it. Right. And we made it. And and that's the tricky part with this stuff. It's like I don't know what the right way is. Do you shell yourself around, what you can do budget wise, and then tell this generic story, or just write your fucking story and then kind of dumb it down as you go? Because sometimes when you got someone like Robert on your team, who knows what he could pull off? I mean, he's in his garage with fucking sofas. He's a MacGyver, man. He might be able to do it.
And to that point, I'm sitting here saying, at this point we've spent about between 70 and 75 grand, and we're gonna be real close to 100 before it's all said and done.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like like the stuff that like Robert has created for it is like well beyond that budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
yeah, I do.
So so there that is part of it. Now, like I said, it doesn't really matter how good you are. If you are doing a movie with 12 people in a location and you have 6 or 7 days to shoot that, you're not going to get everything has how you want it. Like you won't have time to really get into like the nuances of the performances. Like I'm happy with all of our actors. They all did a great job. We have good, solid performances in this, but I would have loved to have had 20 or 30% more time to be able to play with that more. To really dig into, because I had some really fantastic actors on this that gave good performances that could be like great, but it's, you still got to make it in 6 or 7 days.
Right.
Compromise is important, and we did have some there. We're actually rebuilding a chunk of that set in my happy little lab. Because at some point my dummies are never going to charge more, and they're never going to be unavailable. So at some point you have a conversation and it's like, well, when that guy's head explodes, is there any reason not to do that, another day, another time?
Right.
Because the only 2 people who are needed are me and Jason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's stressful though.
It is.
And then you have to
figure it all out and compromise where you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much do you kick down the can for the gift of those extra takes?
Yes.
There's probably, I'd say, close to a day of stuff. If we would have done things differently, we would have lost a whole day worth of narrative.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think those are some of the most magical scenes we got.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's do another. Let's do 3 more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going into Craving, quite after Death Day, and then getting Craving going, like doing the crowdfunder and then trying to make these decisions, am I just, are we just going to push forward? You know, should I modify it? You know, going through all the stress of the money and the scheduling and all of that. And, you know, all the way up until the first day of the shoot, I was like, you know, I think this is going to be it. Like, I'm not going to direct another narrative again. Like that. This is not fun. And then you get onto set, and like 20 minutes into being on set and working with the actors, I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's do another one.
I fucking love it.
Right?
I totally.
That's so.
And I think a lot of people could relate.
Yeah,
a lot of
for
filmmakers
sure.
are like that.
Yeah,
it's like
buddy,
it's awful until it's not.
I know.
I'm actually very concerned and worried, and like a part of me doesn't want to go film The Shape 3. I always feel that way prior to anything we film.
Apprehensive.
Yeah. I don't want to go do it. I'm like, oh God, filming. But I know, you know what gets me there though?
What's that?
Because I know when we're done with it, I can do what I want to do, which is sit down with all that footage,
Right.
and then make the movie. That's the best part.
And
And
that's-
filming it is the hardest part to me.
hard.
That's the work, Sam. That's the work.
I have been shot listing the chapter 3 for the last like month.
Yeah.
And then finally last Sunday I got the last ones done and I put it out to everybody. I was like, shot lists are done. We have our time set. We almost have every last location set. And at that point I was like, I'm a fucking kid. Let's go do this fucking thing.
See, you're good, and that's why I love you, because
because I finally got my nerdy shit done and I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, and me, I'm like, oh fuck.
For me, it's funny. It's I have what you experience. I have both of what you guys experience. I dread everything on the way to set.
Yeah. Right.
It's hard.
It's hard
you're
not
like,
to.
fuck.
Okay,
Sam,
not
it is,
gonna
and you
die.
know it.
I know.
But then I get there, and there is nothing. I mean, I also have a particularly I got a fun job.
Yeah.
Like, it's stressful and it's tough, and there's a million things to go wrong.
Right.
But the entire set loses their shit when someone's head explodes, or when a dude turns into.
They're like,
Right.
"Whoa." Yeah, I totally get
It's funny. I think every single person who does this, filmmaking in general for a living, has some level of imposter syndrome where they're up there on the day like, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
I know, right?
I'm gonna
That's
see.
me, right, guys?
It is you, Sam. It totally is.
It
totally
only
me.
goes away during that window when you're doing it, and then as soon as you're done, you're like, that was great. The next one's
Yeah, and then
so
you feel
much fun.
badass and like, oh yeah,
Find out
I knew I could do it a long
problems.
time ago.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
So true.
Yeah, and it's funny because it doesn't matter how many times you do it and you pull through. Like,
Yeah.
there's that animal part of your
For
brain
sure.
that's still like,
I can't. I don't want to.
I got lucky
it's so
this
much
time.
Work.
Right. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's a weird. It's a weird
is.
thing.
It is. But once you're doing it, it's great.
Yeah. It's just
And
like
when it's done, it's even better.
The problem is convincing Sam that it's going to be great and just getting her there to do it because
Yeah, exactly.
she's talked herself out of it 18 times by then.
exactly.
I
It's just
know.
like anything you do in life, though. You got to push yourself to go do something. You just and once you get there, it's not as bad as you thought it was. It's all in your
You
well,
fucking
it's
guys-
head.
bizarre
you
because
guys
it's this
found my
weird
niche,
kind of
though.
addictive. Because
Yeah,
you
it
sit-
is a little bit. Yeah.
I'm signing up to like this, be a nervous fucking wreck for like.
Same.
And you're like, I can choose to never do this again.
Right.
Right.
I'm capable of saying no, but not. As soon as I walk off that set, I'm like, oh, where's my next gig?
I know.
Exactly,
I
dude.
feel
It's
it.
like-
I so feel it.
Yes, I'll help you do this next project. I'm going to have a
to
heart
find-
attack in the next month and a half. However, in the 6th week and
What's that?
one day, I'll be excited again.
Yeah.
My quota's $8,000. How much do you have?
I
Oh, $300.
right?
Yeah, no, that'll be fine. Well,
I think $300.
For me, it has to be the right thing, though. You guys found my niche with the whole octopus thing because
Yeah.
I'm an
Or like-
animal.
or the documentary.
I'm a
You
lover.
like
documentaries.
I'm an animal.
Yeah. Animal lover. But I mean,
Why did you adjust your camera, by the way, so that you
Because
could, so you
this.
could see everybody reaching down your shirt?
Because I got this in my shirt.
The biggest thing I think is important, though, is that I think that's a very common thing, like you guys said, that a lot of people feel like,
A niche.
and I think that's why some of these filmmakers talk a big game, and you never see a product
Right.
come through,
Yeah.
and then you're sitting there going, well, where's your movie? You've been posting about it for like a year. Where you at? What are you doing? And they don't do anything, and you're like, is it that feeling that's like pulling back? Are they just, or do you just go and just, like I said, you just got to make time. Just fucking do it. Just go.
It's hard to get through.
Just go.
though.
Just try it.
It's hard to get through.
it cracks me up because it's always like the guy who talks all the shit in the world about they're the best that never delivers. And it's the quiet
I
who comes out like 8 good projects back to back.
Yeah.
Right.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jay,
right?
where'd that come from?
Exactly. I mean, that's what seems to happen
for
for the
real.
most part. You see it all the time,
Yeah.
especially if you're paying attention. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of these people don't think people are paying attention to it because they don't get the likes that they want or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
people see your shit. They still see it.
do.
I mean, the algorithm's a bitch, but it's not that bad. You still see. I've met a guy at the store today. He was like, I see everything you do. I've never
that's
once
our
seen
dude.
him. Yeah, John
Right.
Severin. John Severin. I saw it at the Safeway.
Yeah.
Never once has I seen him like one of our posts. He knows everything we're doing.
Everything.
Everything we're doing.
Everything about
Because, like,
us.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen with a name, and not like an indie name. I've had that happen with a name. They don't follow me. I don't know how the hell I'm on their radar.
Right.
But they're seeing what you do.
Yeah.
You
I
never
was-
know
I
who's
was on a set-
watching.
I wasn't working on it, but I was on a set, and they're like, "Oh, you're the blood guy." And one of someone calls me his blood wizard, a director.
Yeah.
On Twitter, he's like, "Bravo is he's finished. Bravo is my blood wizard."
There you go.
And he
I'm gonna steal that.
I know. That's what I was thinking. You're the blood wizard
this
from now
name
on.
comes to me and goes, "You're the blood wizard guy."
That's good.
No, I am not on your radar. He's like,
Actually, I'm going back into his pitch video right now. That's how I'm gonna subtitle.
It's the best.
You're
It's the best.
never gonna let it live. You're never gonna live it down.
And by the way,
Robert.
this is how Jay gets so much shit done. In the middle of an interview, he's still working on all this stuff.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I was looking up the edit file right now. Sorry.
but
I
it's
love it,
crazy
yeah.
how it'll be like that,
Yeah,
where this guy who
yeah.
I don't
have
deserve
no
to be
idea.
on this guy's
Right,
radar. At least I
right.
don't feel I do.
Yeah.
And he's over here like, I saw that thing in your reel.
And they watch everything you're doing, and you're like, "What?
No.
I didn't even know you were there."
It's weird. It's true though. It
It
absolutely
is.
is true.
It
So
is.
don't.
Yeah,
You
we
shouldn't
had that
assume.
experience.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
Jay, are
Yeah,
you
People
okay?
aren't paying
Yeah.
attention.
Jay's getting thrown out of his chair here. He's like lurched towards the camera and he's listening for shit.
Uh-oh.
He can't hear you.
No
Oh
sound.
yeah, Jay, your sound. No sound, bro.
You're dead. No, you're not dead.
We don't
No,
hear
wait.
you.
No, he's not
No.
dead. Are the there you are?
Are the
Okay,
chemicals?
yeah.
Are there
I
chemicals?
usually
seeping?
turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I did not.
Uh oh.
You're good.
So he got a phone call from somebody more important,
I'm
and he chose not to
surprised
take
that-
it.
It's probably that meeting he was supposed to be at.
Hold on, let me see if this works. Hey Siri, turn on Do Not Disturb.
Hey,
No,
I'm
it
sorry,
doesn't work.
I can't do that while you're in the meeting.
I don't think I can do it while the camera's on.
No, not while you're in
You'll
Zoom.
learn.
But the other thing, though, everybody who's out there who is worrying about all of your likes, stop worrying about your likes. Pay attention to your views. We have
Yeah.
something that doesn't even have 100 likes on it.
Yeah.
However, we have like 7,000 views of this video that
Yeah.
Aaron did.
Yeah.
Nobody liked it.
You're talking about
But-
YouTube?
Yeah,
no,
just
even-
any,
or even
any.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Anywhere you're at.
Yeah, I mean,
Facebook
it's way. I mean, yeah, because you don't know how many people are actually seeing
You don't.
the post, and I mean, interaction is way more. I'd rather have comments than likes.
Right.
When it came down to the two,
Yeah.
Sometimes-
like I've some of my
Sometimes
best,
people don't do any.
performing posts are just comments, not
Right.
likes.
Yeah.
I got distracted, but that was what I was trying to say. I had people seeing these things, and people are always, "Oh, that was really
Yeah.
cool."
Uh-huh.
Nothing on my social media ever
Right.
has more than like 30 likes.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone else has a million likes. If I'm lucky, I top out around 30. The fact that people don't click the button doesn't mean that you're not relevant.
No.
And
Yeah.
it always makes me sad when I see really good artists who don't go anywhere because they're just like, well, I didn't get my 500 little heart shapes, so I'm not good enough to go out there and do work.
That's all I'm saying. I'm right with you.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing to
Exactly.
assume. Don't assume that.
Personally, I try to remember I'm not Beyonce.
And I think more filmmakers should take that struggling musician mentality. Like you go in and you play your heart out for an audience of 3, the same way you would if it was an audience of 50,000. And it's the same thing whether you're doing YouTube channels or making movies or whatever it is.
And that's very valid. Aaron and I know there's people that we've seen, right, Aaron?
Yes.
That
yes.
have been like amazing, amazing artists
Yeah, absolutely.
that don't
absolutely.
get any attention, and
But-
we're like, why not?
Right.
And to add on to that, and I think this is the single in whatever I've been doing 15 years of doing this, the most important piece of advice I can give anyone. Well, first, know your value. There is something to be said about working for free, but it doesn't matter if you're working for free or if you're making, $2,000 a day. You treat that project with the same amount of love and respect. You do as good a job on your free day or your 100, because I know lots of people, and I've had days myself where I've been like,
right.
But the simple truth is, looking back over the last 15 years of doing this, almost every one of the best paid jobs I ever got came because I met someone on that $100 a day.
Yeah.
And that guy, I worked with someone and they're like, oh, you're actually really fucking good. Or you're
That's
really,
an actual
really
fact.
working.
Yeah.
About 70% of my work comes from actor referrals. Like
Yeah.
most of there are a couple of actors who won't let another effects artist touch their skin.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how.
Which I take.
And that's a big thing too.
Yeah,
It is a big
because
thing.
they feel
sure.
safe with you, and that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
important.
But the truth is, if I'd have walked onto those cheap projects and been like, I'm going to treat you like shit because you're like,
Right.
Right. Those gigs wouldn't be, I'd be an asshole person.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know,
I've worked with those guys too.
Yeah. Well, haven't we all?
It's a project.
Yeah.
It warrants your love and your respect all the same.
Yeah.
And for that guy who's hiring you,
Yeah.
he's paying more than he can afford. Like if I'm working on a little low budget thing for 150, half the time I find out, well, no one else on this is getting paid at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly.
You know, he's giving you, that guy who works at Starbucks, his $200 he's paying you is more to him than that
Exactly.
$2,000 you're getting from a studio picture.
Right,
That's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing, Robert, people obviously you started the show by saying, you know, people like me, and that's why they like you.
Well, yeah, I guess.
They
They
like
like
you,
you,
yeah.
brother. They like you,
And
and that's
Jay,
fucking
same,
that matters.
Like, yeah.
It fucking matters.
It does matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
people
does.
don't. People don't like me as much as him, but it's fine.
I think they do,
They don't-
though.
yeah, I get that,
disagree.
Jay.
I literally
Yeah.
disagree.
Well, and
That's the real,
on in real, no, I don't know. I'll just take the compliment.
Oh, hey,
Well,
you're learning.
I got to say something too. Just segueing for a second. I'm a proud papa with Jay Horton.
Wait, I'm just. Oh.
Yeah, because
I thought you were
one of the
talking about
last
somebody.
the most recent video you did on YouTube about your haters
He showed me.
was
Yeah.
fucking gangster.
It was so.
I
gangster,
sat
like,
there and I
literally.
said, Sam,
You're like,
you got to sit
"Whoa."
down. I watched it again. I'm like, Sam,
This
watch
was
this
me.
with me, dude. You got to watch Jay. Motherfucker was not playing, and I loved it. I'm like, oh, God. I was like, a part of me was like, I hope he's getting that because he listens to our show. I swear to God. I
You're
felt
like,
I was so
"Oh."
proud.
It was half inspired by our messenger interchange.
Yes.
About a month ago.
Yes. Right.
And then what the catalyst for it was the comment from the Film Courage interview, and the comment didn't really. I wasn't really
I
that
get it.
mad about the guy. But it's just that it wasn't his specific comment. It's what that comment symbolizes and that train
Right.
of thought. And it just really angered me. And I was like, I want to express that. That's honestly, if I'm really being honest, that's kind of where I start. Like when I started doing filmmaker tips, that's what that was.
Yeah, I know
I
it
mean,
was.
I was like, this pisses me off. So I'm gonna make fun of it
Make
and
fun of
be
it.
like superior to it, you know.
So
and they're-
gangster. Honestly.
I
it's
totally
so
gangster. get it, and that's why I loved filmmaker
Yeah.
tips so much from the beginning. I knew what you were doing. I was
Yeah.
like, I know what
Yeah,
you're doing.
yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Unfortunately, what's starting to happen now is, and I feel weird saying it, but people are recognizing me more and more online now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when I do one of those things, people are less likely to engage negatively with my posts. And I'm not saying it's because of the filmmaker tips,
It
but
could be.
just because they know me or they recognize me or there's some kind of, base level respect there.
Yeah.
So I get trolled less than I used to.
Honestly,
and
yeah.
what-
It
So I
happens.
don't get the juicy. I don't get so
beautiful.
many of the juicy answers.
It's a good
anymore.
compliment though, because
It is,
It
yeah.
means that less people, more people respect you.
Yeah.
Honestly, like straight up.
So on Jay's YouTube channel, he does a thing called Filmmaker Tips, and that's what we're talking about.
We
It's
love
a
it.
great
We love
segment
it.
on all of your shows when you do them. I fucking love them. But I get what you're saying too, because even when you started those back over a year ago or 2 years ago, when
Yeah, it was like 2 years.
yeah,
Jesus.
okay.
Yeah.
I see your posts all the time. I want to comment, but
What's
the first
our
thing I
favorite?
fucking think of is like, if I say something stupid right now, I'm gonna be on Filmmaker Tips. I don't want him to do that to me.
That's funny.
It's
That's
funny as
funny.
fuck.
Yeah.
But I've had balls lately. I start commenting on this shit. So
Yeah, I mean, my favorite ones are those were always the ones where people would just say something like just ridiculous. You know, you're just like, like I can't believe a human being typed this.
I know, right?
Answer.
You took the actual time to do this, to type this out.
The shit online is the best.
So
I
bad.
love it. You either love it or you hate it, or you.
One of the funniest type of people on in filmmaking groups are those people that are obviously inexperienced, but just they know everything,
right?
because they listen to Alex Ferrari
Whoever.
or
Indie Film Hustle, and they are pro.
Right? Yeah. And that stuff just cracks me up.
It does.
And
we love your response to it, though. Like the way that you perform your
it was the best.
Your reincarnations of
we get that stuff when it's fresh. Like he'll kick the door down.
Yeah.
You know what this guy just said?
This motherfucker.
I love it.
Come here. I need you to read this comment real quick.
It's the best.
Oh man,
let him read it to you because that's the best.
Yep.
I mean, during the crowdfunding campaign, because you second, because I'm also somebody that like I do care what people say.
Oh, for sure.
even if it's idiotic, it
everyone
still
does. They
affects
just
me.
don't all admit it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I mean, every other freaking comment in the campaign, we're like, what do you think they mean by this? What does this mean? Like scrutinizing everything.
I know. Yeah. Always and forever.
Well, it was beautiful.
Love your responses.
I loved it.
Your responses are the best.
I absolutely
we live
loved
for
it.
those.
They're the best. So back to Craving real quick. What is the plan for Craving? Where you guys at on it, and what's what are you going to do with distribution on this one, Jay?
Yeah.
I can't really get into the distribution publicly yet. I'll talk to you offline about it.
Oh no, totally fine.
But it's we're working on that. I have about 60 minutes of it cut together right now.
Awesome.
Rough cutty. We have a couple of more days to shoot. We have a couple of days scheduled at the end of August, and a couple more in like early September, which should wrap it all the way up. And then I should have the edit done by like October, and then sound and mix. We should be premiering somewhere between January and March of next year. Depending on the release window.
Are you working on putting together like a trailer or anything for?
Yes, and to be
like me.
To be real, I know, and to be
it's
real,
a hard
honest,
movie to get.
It's a hard.
I bet you
without spoiling the movie, it's really hard to do a trailer for it, and I have 90% of the movie shot. I have enough material to cut a trailer. I've just had kind of honestly like a writer's block.
It's gotta be hard though, with just the way that just the movie itself. Well, it's gotta be hard to put together a trailer.
Yeah, trailers are tough anyway. It's a totally different art form.
It is hard.
It's weird.
It is, and
I'd love to ask opinions because we have all the same conversations other people have. Producer Robert, not effects Robert.
Right.
But then you start to wonder when you're getting into, we just made a couple of really cool posters or had some cool posters made. But then you're sitting here in a project like this, and at what point do you show the creature?
Right.
It's a horror movie.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
The xenomorph is on every poster. You go back to 1984. Was he on all the posters back then? The werewolf from American Werewolf is all over the place. Was he back then?
Right.
The thing that separates us from a lot of movies on this budget is the kills and the effects.
It's the monster, honestly.
And it's the stuff that people might think is spoilery. Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with, honestly, right now. Like how much do you show?
Right.
And also, this is a not totally one location, but it's predominantly a single location thriller. So it's like, if you cut a 90-second trailer and 90% of the shots are in the same room, like, does it feel small scale? Well, so like, those are things that I'm
gonna go
with.
to Black Phone. We just watched that. It was like
it
was a killer movie, right? And their trailer works. Yeah. So if you think along those lines, where you don't give away everything, but you give away some.
It's hard to do, though. That's the trick. But
it is hard to do, and it's tricky.
It is, especially with a monster.
Yes, it is.
Well,
but that monster was so many different things that it was a little bit.
Right.
But,
Well, I've been thinking of
hard.
playing up there. There's a small whodunit element to it. It's like you're trying to figure out who the monster is for a portion of it. So like I played around with that. Like maybe I make it kind of a whodunit trailer, do something like that. But
yeah, that could work.
But like I said, I've had a couple ideas. I just haven't been able to sit down and actually do it. I did just cut a couple of killer, pitch videos for our finishing funds campaign, but I like as far as a straight trailer, I've had trouble.
Yeah, well, I've seen people go recently. I've seen them go such a quick, just instant of the monster that it gives enough to like be like, what is that?
Yeah,
but not enough to give it away.
Give it away.
But the problem is always like when it comes to something like this, then they'll freeze that frame and they'll put it out everywhere. I mean, the other thing I was thinking of is
you could be careful with it though, and you don't give enough away.
I was leaning toward doing the silhouette because he has a fun shape.
Yeah, I was going to say a silhouette or a shadow shoot.
Fantastic, brilliant. Mm-hmm. You're brilliant. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And has a viewer and filmmaker, I honestly don't really care too much about spoilers. Like if somebody was releasing The Howling today and I saw the werewolf ahead of time, it would not affect my enjoyment.
Right. It wouldn't. I'd probably want to see it.
I'm with you. On that.
From Dusk Till Dawn, if I and I did go into it knowing there were vampires, but even if I didn't, it wouldn't have bothered me one way or the other.
Yeah.
So like I don't really care in that way, but the weird thing about this one is I do feel a sense of obligation to the crowdfunding people and the people that have contributed. And there is a pretty strong undercurrent of like anti-spoiler in that community.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my hesitation comes from.
I get it.
Yeah.
And
we're all kind of old school here. Here's a funny story. So last week I was sitting there looking at all the nowhere near the right genre, but you'll get what I'm saying. I was showing all the kids the original Christopher Reeve Superman movies, right? And I'm going back and I'm like, okay, these are great, you guys. So I don't know about 4, but 1, 2, and 3 I fucking loved. I loved all 3 of them, right?
I will believe a man can fly.
Yeah, it's right. But I showed them the trailer and I got to Superman 3. Like Superman 2, they don't really give all of it away. Superman 1, same thing. Superman 3 is from beginning to end in the trailer, all the way up to when they destroy the fucking machine with Richard Pryor, and he's pulling Richard out of the fucking all of the crumbles.
It's the entire movie in the trailer.
It's all in the trailer. And I was like, holy shit, the whole movie was right there. But back then when I saw it didn't spoil it for me at all. I couldn't wait to go see it.
That's another one. Correct.
It's crazy.
Andrew Garfield ones.
Yeah. And they don't, but honestly, no one stopped. It didn't stop anyone from watching it.
People still fucking watch the movie.
Yeah.
So it's a strange
thing. all away.
It's weird.
It's tough because if you do, as any kind of storyteller, you do want to leave that stuff for people.
Well, yeah.
I think it's the stuff that gets people excited. It's
Right.
It's what shows someone, oh, you're not just another one of those, like,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A cheapy backyard horror movie.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, and it looks good and all, but it's like, is it just, a bunch of people yelling at each other in a room with guns, or, is there horror stuff happening?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And let's be honest, this day and age, it's hard to have something new.
Yeah,
it is.
So another thing I did want to mention, the kind of a cool thing about the way we've broken up our shoot. So we did, the whole first part of the shoot, which was everything that took place inside the bar, and we're shooting all of our exteriors and kind of flashbacks later, right? Yeah. Well, one problem that I kind of felt this script always had, and I chose to never fix it because I like it. Like, the first half of the movie is like there's a very little horror going on. Mm-hmm. It feels kind of like a crime thriller, and then it takes a turn. But we've spent as we started prepping the crowdfunder, we spent 6 months selling this as a monster movie. So I'm like, horror movie, monster movie, so like I got to add more of those elements into it, and there really wasn't space for it in the bar, and I kind of just kept pushing it back in my head. And then as we had this little break between where we were getting ready to shoot again, I just had a brainstorm on like how to add in, almost a whole other like occult angle to, you know, the stuff that's happening outside and the people that are besieging the characters. So like we have this whole like new like creepy thing from the beginning now, where, you know, it's not exactly like, you know, crazy monster movie stuff, but there's a strong, you know, horror tone now from the beginning, where, you know, there wouldn't have been have we shot it all in one chunk then, because I wouldn't have had the idea.
Right.
I gotcha.
Well, and that's
okay.
hard because
Cool.
you want to do the element of surprise, where you want to do the thriller thing, but you want to highlight Robert's talent.
Yeah.
At the
totally.
same time, so it's hard. It's a hard balance, but I love how you guys are able to kind of marry the both and make it cool, and that's what I'm excited to see what you guys do.
I'm super stoked.
I'm super excited.
God damn it! I was gonna say something. Shit, I didn't jot it down.
No,
you're fine.
I totally
you're
took
fine.
it.
Well, with all that being said, with all those deaths outside that you're talking about, so how many voices do you want me to do this thing in? Well, going back to this contract here, how many different voices do you want?
I got three or four. You know, that's fine.
I was gonna say, because I can do as many voices.
We have.
He can do a lot.
Dude, you could, just go hog wild. I mean, the thing about it is too. We had. I think we've had. Like that was one of our most popular perks.
Oh, of course,
yeah.
And it's the easiest one to deliver on because we have to deliver to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. That and the face in the movie, we got a ton of those.
Yeah.
All good.
I think it's kind of a thing. Everyone is excited for this, regardless. Yeah. Like everyone is so excited. I'm excited. You're excited.
Okay, I remember what I was going to say.
We're all excited.
I got it back. Okay,
Oh,
so it was something about the
yeah.
trailer thing still, because it's a very interesting thing, because I know where Jay's at, because it's kind of hard to figure out. When I was cutting the trailer for The Outrider, what did we talk about? We talked about not spoiling the story, not giving it away.
Well, that's a little different, because my answer to you was don't spoil what? Nobody knows who the fuck we are.
Well, no, you didn't say that in the beginning.
What are we spoiling?
We both didn't want to give it away.
Right.
That, you know, there was angels and demons, and this was about the Satan coming on Earth and all this stuff.
Are you talking about
We were
The
trying to sell it as a
like that pitch right there. Like, oh, I want to see that.
Yes, right. Exactly.
I've seen, yeah.
And we
sounds great.
We backed off of that with Outrider. We went with the whole detective noir story to make it look like it's a whodunit, almost like what you're saying. You know, this guy's being framed.
Less is more thing. I always have to remind myself, less is more.
Samantha, maybe,
I'm the worst at it.
But maybe it isn't when you're an indie filmmaker and you got a micro budget film, though. I mean, Jay's got more money.
Well, no,
we should give away our best stuff.
Even with what we're doing, like just what Bravo was saying, we have conversations about this all the time. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, nobody knows who the fuck we are.
Yeah, man.
Fuck no.
In the grand
scale,
you know, mainstream, and you're putting this movie out there, and you with independent micro budget films, and I'll say this on my channel before, like you have to put it all out there. You have to do everything you can to get eyeballs on your thing, whether it's spoilery or whatever. But now here I am being precious about my thing, and like, oh, I don't want to spoil it. But it, you know, I do think there's a valid argument to be made for laying it all out in the field.
That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how exactly I feel now looking back.
Robert being the effects guy, do you agree with that?
I think it's tricky, as Jason was saying. It's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. I think that this the visuals are a weapon.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to being seen.
Yeah.
You know, and then do you utilize that weapon at the extent of possibly making the viewing experience less exciting? And also, you know, when you watch the cool trailer shot, it's something that you're waiting for and you're excited to see in context.
Implemented in the
I've
film.
never seen the cool trailer shot in the movie and been like, well, God, that sucked now. I already knew that was going to...
I know now. I don't need to see it now.
But you don't know.
Well, hey, Bravo, let me ask you this, like, as you know, so we're talking about it now in front of these people. Do it, like, without me saying shit, like if I wasn't here and you made the call, 100% your call, would you do full on monster in the trailer? Yes or no?
Probably not. I don't think I'd show the face.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I mean, I guess I'll say it. It's not spoily. There's a couple of moments when he's like approaching Rachel or he's walking around the pool table and, you know, the camera ends right here. Camera's about here, which ironically is, I think, the parts of the monster that look the coolest. His body,
I agree.
Look cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might pepper some of those and maybe some of the ones that had a little extra haze so it's not clear.
Right. I mean, there's a fairly clear shot of it,
and I would probably defer to whoever my producing team is. Like, I know you said in a bubble.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's a shot that's fairly clear of it in your teaser. You know, that I did for the. Do you think that's? I think that was okay.
Yeah, I would.
Like you can kind of see the teeth and the goo,
a little bit.
like,
Enough.
The slime, yeah.
I mean,
I don't think that there's
it's
enough
quick
there.
though.
Yeah,
I don't think
quick.
there's enough in context. Like, no one's gonna know what he looks like based on. It's just a show.
Well, you know what else I mentioned From Dusk Till Dawn earlier, and I remember thinking that all the advertisements like didn't play the horror thing at all.
They
it was
did.
just crime thriller.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, they absolutely
They
did.
did.
I just
Yeah,
went
they
back and
do.
watched
Yep.
I watched the theatrical trailer the other day, and you
Yeah.
absolutely see
For sure.
Tom Savini coming down off the
Off the
roof,
roof.
like as a vampire, like
Yeah,
You know?
he sure did.
Yeah.
So what movies?
I forgot.
What movies
Yeah.
influenced you guys making the Craving? What were your influences? Was From Dusk Till
What was
Dawn
your,
one
what
of them?
was your mood? What was your
From
mood
Dusk Till
board?
Dawn was From Dusk Till Dawn was probably the initial catalyst. Like I really liked the I'm a crime thriller Tarantino movie, and then it just
flips on a dime.
I loved
Yeah.
that.
Me
loved
too.
that.
I do
Me
too.
too.
Nah, I mean, this is totally different, like tonally, but it does have a similar shift.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about all the movies when you first started this that reminded me of yours. Like Identity popped in my head. I love that one.
Oh yeah, Identity is a good one for the Who Done It.
Yeah. And then I was thinking that too with From Dusk Till Dawn.
The Howling is a good one,
Yep.
or American Werewolf in London too,
For
because
sure.
they're both kind of slower, and Craving is not slow burn, so I don't want to make it sound like it's a beginning boring stuff, but they built up into the their climaxes.
Right.
They weren't like so it's similar to that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's funny. I constantly referenced American Werewolf, but in actuality, it's probably my stuff's probably closer to the Howling in tone.
Okay,
A little
okay.
bit, yeah. I
So
can see that.
yeah,
My
are you-
favorite stuff is when you leave kind of the monster a little bit out of it as a surprise.
Yeah,
and
well, I
just
mean, we
kind
grew
of
up
a
that way
mystery.
watching movies like
Yeah,
that. They
because-
never
yeah.
showed the monster until the end.
It's
And
very
that's-
nostalgic.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I was
is.
thinking
Yeah.
of. That's what I was thinking of earlier when we were talking about that, and I kept thinking about those things. It's like, so what is your monster? Is it the size? I mean, do you
We
want to
don't
show
really
the? Do you?
know,
No, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Is do you want to show the shadows of the size so you can see the bestiality of the monster coming, from the shadows, all this stuff, so you can see how big it is. Is it a fast monster? So you want to have quick camera shuts and stuff like that. It's those kinds of things I kept thinking of earlier when you guys were like, well, how do we actually show this creature without showing the creature?
Mhm.
What are we showing off? The size? Are you showing off the speed? So it's all this difference. Because I was thinking about the trailers when I was a kid, and I can't think of any of the movies off the top of my head. But I remember like when it was a fast monster, it was all the quick looks through the
Sure.
woods and not actually seeing anything.
Right.
Or you just see the lurking shadows and where you can see the outline or the silhouette or the shadow shot of
Right.
the
It's hard to
monsters.
say anymore though, because it's
Yeah.
hard to be different. I mean, there's so much. I mean, everything's been done, so it's like hard to.
And the time
Yeah.
frames are so different. That's what
Yes.
I was bringing up Superman 3 for. So you go back and watch these trailers from the old ones.
All right.
I love saying Superman 3, but I do. It's like Superman 3.
And that was actually something that we thought about a lot when we were making the thing too, and designing it was like
Superman
how do we
3?
make it so that yeah, you didn't know.
Dude.
He's always thinking of prior.
It's Superman 3.
Yeah, I was
Sorry, go ahead.
There was those moments that I just no, but when we were building the suit, we gave him these big weird horns that were spikes that come out of his shoulder, and there's things that like you can show this and you'll know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but like silhouette wise, without having to show the entire thing. So there'll be whole moments where like the only part of it you need to see is this much of it to go through and be able to do those old 80s shots where like in earlier scenes you can definitely show him. You're not, but you're not showing it. if
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That does-
and I
it
have
totally
to
makes
say,
sense.
my favorite stuff that you guys have pulled off at all, it's been the silhouette stuff. I love that's my favorite because it really gives a good idea of what you're looking at, but not all of it, not enough of it. So
Yeah.
you're so curious.
You
You're
want to
still
keep
It
the
leaves you,
intrigue.
like wondering,
Yeah.
what is that?
It's a delicate balance doing
It
this stuff.
is,
It's
it
hard.
is.
I
Yeah.
can
love
totally
the
feel where you're
silhouette
at. I know where
thing
you're at.
that
Yeah,
you guys
no,
do,
this is different territory for me, and
sure.
I've never done and marketed, such a hybrid thing before in
Yeah.
horror. So everything else it's been fairly straightforward as far as marketing goes. Hey, this is
Yeah.
a zombie movie. Hey, this one was monsters in the woods.
For
Pretty
sure.
pretty straightforward.
That's
sure, yeah.
that's it.
Yep.
But this is it's tricky. you
Yeah.
know,
I love the
and-
mystery of it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The intrigue.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
it
yeah.
keeps you wanting more.
Yeah, I regret when we did Outrider that I did not tell the story better in the trailer about how it's a supernatural film. I regret that. I think
The
it would have.
Outrider was hard though because there's so many different genres. that
Yeah,
go
but
into that.
bottom line though, we didn't give away angels and demons and the supernatural element to the story, and that was the bummer. I think that we did wrong with our first initial trailer. I like the trailer, but it does not sell the movie to the right niche audience. It did not. It did not. It did
Well,
not.
is there
It
a
did
niche?
not.
You know, you have
Is there
it
an-
out. You could always cut a new trailer.
Oh, dude, I've
He
done
did.
like 4
True.
since then.
Oh, have you?
It's
Oh,
been
yeah,
out for
okay.
forever, yeah. And
I gotcha.
it's the shelf life is just but it is
Yeah,
what
no,
it
it
is
is what it is.
It's hard
Yeah, so
though
you always
because
have
there
to
is
think
a lot of different things that go into. There's a lot of genres in that one.
It
It's
is.
hard.
It is. It was
hard
a
to
hard.
pinpoint,
It was my brain all over the place.
you
Everything
never
I
know
loved
where
is
your
in that
niche
movie,
is.
but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You
It's
end
a
up
learning
having
thing.
to think like, you try so hard on the trail. Oh, I'm not going to show anything, and you end up with like the Justice League with Superman.
Yeah.
Everyone knows he's in the
Yeah.
fucking movie.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
No, it's going to be a surprise.
I guess that's
Right.
the thing. I mean, your movie's called Craving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obviously blood oriented. There's a lot of shit going on.
There's something going
So
on.
I think we already know there's a monster somehow.
It might be about food.
It could be. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it could
I was
be.
really hungry.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a nice
It was
Cubano sandwich.
originally the movie was originally called Exit, and my whole when I first wrote it, I was really into the idea that nobody's going to see this coming and it's going to blow them away when the monster comes out. But I've long since let go of that, as you could tell for just the poster.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah. But part of that still is there in my head, even though I know like I've the cat's out of the bag. I'm promoting it as a monster movie,
Yeah.
but
That's a good point before we end the show. The artwork. Yeah, I like what you did with that. Can you explain how you came up with the poster for everybody out there who might not know?
I honestly, I did not design the poster. I went to 99 Designs, which basically for $199, they'll set up a contest for you and different graphic artists will submit. And then you choose the winner and you get about 30, 40 submissions and they're freaking good. I mean, at least that first one was awesome.
Yeah.
And we just did it again because like I said, we're getting ready to do a new campaign. And now when we did that first one, we hadn't shot anything in the movie yet, so I had no images to give them. They just had to conceptualize something, and and he did a great job. The teeth and everything.
Absolutely, it's
awesome.
fantastic. Yeah, I loved it.
Loved it.
The one you picked is the one I voted for.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
But I did want something, more like, like a, theatrical level, poster using elements actually from the movie. And now that we've shot, we had a BTS guy there and he shot everybody against a black screen. And, we had, good shots of the monster and we had good still images. So I uploaded like 50 or 60 of those and then ran a contest again. And the initial submission phase is like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And like the first 2 days, man, I was like, man, I just threw away $200. Like nothing was coming in, and I was getting distraught. And then like day 3, we got like 4 that were like
badass,
excellent.
Nice.
Nice. And we just chose the winner yesterday. And
I was really excited when I saw which one you picked. I like that.
Yeah, I hope to launch it. I have to get he had to make a couple of final changes and then deliver the Photoshop files. So hopefully I'll get it by Monday. Because I usually, when I'm launching a crowdfunder, I like to launch the poster. Like if I'm launching the crowdfunder on Friday, I want to put the poster out on Monday or Tuesday and spend a little bit of time getting some, momentum for that.
For sure.
And then convert those people into Indiegogo contributors.
Yeah,
I appreciate you sharing that. That's
Yeah,
99
thank you for
Designs.
sharing.
Yeah, I fell across him about 1.5 years ago.
He showed me right
yeah,
away when
and
he
then
found
when
it.
you did it, I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's what I want to do on our next movie.
Yeah.
I really want to do it.
Yeah,
It's fun. It just sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm a mezzo graphic designer. You know, I can do
Me too.
okay. And sometimes they turn out really well and sometimes they don't. It's just hit or miss. I have a great idea or I don't.
Yep.
And you know, I was doing so many for the docs, and then I was just telling Jeremy that she saw the docs with me. I was like, man, I know, you know, we want to keep costs down on these, but you know, we should start just throwing that $200 for every one and get a much better poster.
Well, what is
Well, having Robert though, effects guy.
He actually does some pretty good graphic design himself.
You think? Yeah.
I bet he could. Yeah, I bet you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell that.
He really does. He does
poster
poster
with
stuff.
the creature's, the top of the creature's head.
Yeah.
Like it shows the two mouths. That was one of mine.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you utilize like all those effects.
Oh yeah,
that
you
he
can make a
do,
hell. Yeah.
like-
Every movie. What was the one back in the day? Oh, Creature. Remember Creature?
Creature,
Yeah, way back. That's an
yeah.
80s movie. That's badass. I love that.
I always remember
For
that.
me, it's I know the technical side of Photoshop, but I tend to either, like Jason was saying, I have a really strong idea and I can bang it out with no problem, or there's nothing and I sit there for 4 days. So I get paid to do graphic arts.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. If they tell me what they want, I can blow them out of the water. But if they say, you know, like, it's a scary movie, go.
Yeah.
Right.
Just sit there and stare at my computer for like 6 hours and then like,
Give me some
I know.
more
Start dropping
detail.
shit in.
Yeah.
You can't do anything right. You can't do any of the effects you want to write. And everything that you do when
You
you're
can't
trying
line anything up.
No,
It's
you
like,
can't line shit
why
up.
won't it
right.
center? Where's my liner?
Nothing works.
But the two of you have
blending
all
it
the talent.
sucks.
You
You're
guys
just
have all
like,
the
Sculpt you
talent.
something.
You two have all the talent and all the connections.
Absolutely,
And all
they
the
do.
stuff going on that you can make magic happen. And obviously with your Craving, just your campaign that you did. It's pretty
shows.
clear that you guys have a great chemistry.
You've got a good.
And
You got a
that's
special.
the magic. That's the magic that you need to make something happen.
Yeah.
I would not be doing this for a living if it wasn't. Jason got me into the industry and has been part of my entertainment industry journey since.
We understand that.
Well, let me ask you
Can
this:
identify.
is that your gratitude, or is that
It really is.
his
No.
fault? Is it his fault?
Motherfucker.
It depends on which day.
I just
right?
got a motherfucker out of Jay Horton.
Jay, what'd you do?
Yeah, I could have been happy. I could have been working somewhere else.
I was in law school.
He could be head barista at fucking Starbucks right now.
Oh,
I was a
man.
bartender, guys. Come on.
Great
I mean,
stuff.
I think this is really the only world that I know and I feel comfortable. I didn't want to do this, but this was always where I was going to land.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just a matter of I was fortunate in that the person who pushed me into doing it wasn't a shark.
Right, right.
90% of the directors and the producers that you run into,
Hard to
Jason
say.
didn't,
Yeah.
because he was my little teacher,
Yeah.
coming into this.
Same.
And he didn't install those qualities and those habits that a lot of the more destructive producers.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's-
but he
there's-
brought the
that's
best
what
out
I-
of you, and that's what needs to happen is someone to bring the best out of somebody, and
Yeah.
that's what happened here. That's why I say like the connection and the the camaraderie is there
Mhm,
with you
absolutely.
guys, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited to see your movie.
Me too. Me too.
We're excited for you to see it.
Yeah, it's great. You guys are badass.
Yeah,
you
you're
really
literally
are.
badass.
I'm thanks again for the 99 designs. I think that's important for people to hear.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I think it's such a
A great
collaborative.
reminder.
Yeah, it's a collaborative way
Yeah.
to get either other people inspired to do their art.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking cool. I think that's great because if I was a graphic artist and I saw somebody's project I wanted to do, I'd bust my ass to get in there
For
if I wanted.
sure.
it. And that's
Dude,
what's
I
cool
joined.
about it. And $200 bucks, it's
Right,
it's not
and,
that bad.
And I do.
Yeah.
I want to say one last thing about 99 Designs too. Is there are a lot of graphic designers, like especially in the U.S. that really don't like it. That say it's driving their prices down. It's devaluing their
Of
work,
course,
whatever.
of course, just like
Dude,
associate producer
nine-
credits.
Yeah, exactly. But
Fuck,
over
it's like Jesus
90,
Christ.
over 90% of the artists that are on 99 Designs are in other countries,
Yeah.
like countries where like $200 is closer to $6 or
Yeah.
whatever it is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like they are so like all the artists that I've picked and chosen, they've been super, like
Yeah.
grateful
Yeah.
and nice. And, there's one that I continue to work with.
That's awesome, man.
That's good.
And I think
Well,
that's fantastic. I really do. Yeah, they don't have the opportunities like we have over here.
I'll point out in these times right now,
Mhm.
there's more than a few Rita, who did our posters back in the day. There's more than a few of those artists who are Ukraine based right now.
Yeah.
They are getting help,
Yeah.
and you're able to put food on the table as someone who
It's
just had
badass,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely. They have the talent. Yeah, and they can use the money.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why
Yeah,
not?
so
Yeah.
you're helping people. They're helping you first of all.
Yeah,
They're making
for sure.
amazing stuff for
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
That's what sells the movie first and foremost.
Yep.
That's the image they see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it kind of means something when you're able to return that help to someone who actually needs it, as opposed
Yeah.
to someone who, if you're sitting pretty making 15 grand a month and you got, what's that extra $200 dinner?
Yeah.
Right.
It could be, yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah,
it could be
as
rent for
opposed
someone.
to-
I mean, we don't even know, but there's
Yeah.
lots of talent out there.
Yeah, so I really appreciate it as a place, and I agree with Jason that a lot of people do think that it's undermining. It's not, because a lot
No.
of the people who are doing it are people who, under other circumstances, they're maybe making $20.
They're making
Yeah.
dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I totally agree.
For
I totally
sure.
agree. What a
We
cool thing. I
completely
loved it.
agree.
I loved it. Well, that's
Yeah.
another way you influenced us, because I'm going to use them next time.
Right.
For
That's what I'm
sure.
doing. Yep, absolutely. I think it's fucking cool. Yeah, and I like the competition, and it's exciting. I'd love to see what they come in like the second day. You're sitting there going, okay,
Oh, totally.
Oh,
and
fuck
if you
yeah.
want to,
Yeah.
like the way we did with the first campaign, we shared all that publicly.
Yes,
You
you
know,
did.
we're like, and they encourage you to do so
Yeah.
on 99 Designs. So you can share that, and it gives you more interaction on your stuff.
Exactly.
Like, actually, because since this won't probably air before the campaign starts, I'm probably going to post some of the choices in the next week. Like, hey, help us pick the poster,
No,
but
you
we already
should.
did.
You should, though.
Spoiler,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
still,
Badass.
still, it brings you attention,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it brings
Totally,
that
totally.
people are interested in what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's that engagement.
Well,
Yeah, it
and there
is.
were just
And-
directions. The one we went is the direction neither of us ever would have gone.
Oh,
Like,
totally. They
you
came up with a really cool concept.
Oh, it's badass.
Yeah, when you have
That
100
is cool.
people in a room making ideas, there's 100 ideas you never would have thought of.
Right.
Literally, yeah, you're not lying. That's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It doesn't limit you. You're
All right.
open to everything, and that's what you should be.
This was a great show.
This was an amazing show.
Yeah,
you
super
guys are
great.
awesome.
I knew
Wait,
well, like I didn't know it would.
Did we
be.
start recording? I was waiting for us
Oh,
to actually
shit.
start the show.
Yeah, we
because
did.
I thought we were just chatting with Jay and Robert and hanging out.
Oh, you know what though? Before,
All right,
before,
take two.
Before we quit. Before we quit.
I
that,
remember
We could go
everything
another
we
hour.
said.
Right.
Jay, I need your help.
Uh-oh.
I need you to tell me, just relax, just wait, just be patient. You're the guru guy. You're the mentor guy.
Yeah.
Like, I love Film Hub to death, but why does it take so long to get a movie on a platform, bro?
Yeah, just relax, be
Honestly,
patient.
we love them.
It's not.
Man.
What, people ask that a lot, and
Yeah.
my answer never changes. Besides the be patient thing,
Yeah.
it's not Film Hub. It's the streaming platform.
It's the
Right.
platform.
And those things, they change, they differ. Back 2 years ago, I was getting movies up on Amazon in like 5 days.
Right. Right.
And then then it was like it would take a month, and then it would take 3 months,
Yeah.
and then it would go back, and it would take a couple of weeks, and then it would take 3 months again. So and then like Tubi I've been now delivering movies to Tubi on the regular for about 2 years.
Mhm.
And, again, it's the same thing. It could be 5 days, it can be 2 weeks, it can be 3 months. Lately, like the last probably year, I'd say on average, I've been waiting, 60 to 90 days
Mhm.
before it's even selected, and then another, so it can take a bit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got lucky. I think ours got selected with it by Tubi within a few weeks.
Yeah, but
It
it was right towards the end of June. So I was thinking that from
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, June,
business
July.
model
So
standpoint.
I would.
It was
guess-
July, and
I
it was actually
if I was a-
delivered on Tubi. I think on I think it was the 12th, July 12th.
of July 12th.
Yes.
My gut would tell if I'm a betting man, I would say early to mid September, but it could be all the way into October.
Yeah.
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 But
That's the
I
thing.
will remind you, the hard part's done. It's in the can.
Oh,
Right.
And
Thank you for
if
saying
I'm
that.
not mistaken, they put new movies up on Fridays. So like you don't have to check
Every day?
Every day it's not going to be there.
You
Like,
mean when I get up in the morning and I go take my I drop my morning deucer, I don't have to look every morning anymore. So
before somebody told me, I checked like multiple times a day.
So did I. I still do. I did today. I did today.
And I probably
I checked probably 4 times this week.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's Fridays.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll only do it Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and Friday evening.
Friday evening, especially.
Yeah, I have no idea what time Friday.
Yeah. It's just the excitement. You get so excited. You're like,
no, it is, and it's just, and I totally understand people's frustration, with the streaming thing, and getting out there,
it's
and
tough.
how you don't have a set date, and you're like, how do you point people towards a premiere, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd never recommend it for this title, but what I've been doing with some of my smaller ones recently, I've just been straight doing the premieres on YouTube.
Yeah.
And,
I saw that.
I just did one for Dogman Tales and did, it's not huge numbers, but I think we're at almost 4,000 already.
That's great.
In a day.
That's fucking great. I was going to watch it last night, but we ended up watching Get Hard, I think.
We did watch
I
Get
did.
Hard. It was
I haven't
funny.
seen Get Hard. We were looking for a
funny.
movie to
Yeah.
watch, but I did see it
Yeah.
earlier in the day that you had posted it yesterday, so I was going to watch it. Okay.
Yeah, we did that and the tie-dye thing,
answer for
lickety
those
split.
numbers
That's
is how
right.
good that booster is.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, it's good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Well, Jay, Robert, we really appreciate you being here
So
for everybody.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank
And-
you, Robert, for joining.
Yeah, man.
We weren't sure if you were or not, so that was a good surprise.
It was great.
Yeah.
Super
Well, we didn't
great.
know if you were in a chemical coma.
Yeah.
I was.
You know?
I was.
I thought you were going to be like Bernie. Yeah, you got a shot on the show when you left. It looked just like Bernie did. You looked dead. You were just frozen. It was great. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Perfect.
do that. Aaron and I FaceTime to have conversations, throughout the week and stuff. And I do it to him all the time. I'll just be sitting. I'll be like, and I'll just stop moving. And he'd be like, "Are you fucking there, or did you freeze out again?" And I was like, "I thought you
That's
were the
funny.
king." I was like, "He hasn't moved for 2 minutes."
I don't know. Sam, how's your bunny?
Has the connection been okay? The modem is inside,
No,
and
it's
I'm
been fine.
You've been
It's been
great
good.
since you
Yeah,
dropped
it's
that.
been
You've been
good.
perfect.
Bunny's good. See, Bunny's
Jay
good.
looks a little funny, but I think that's just the way Jay looks.
You
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it's just my face.
What did you get the fedora on underneath the?
I know, right?
Badass. That's how you do
Because
it.
I lost all my hair from this movie.
Uh-oh.
This
I'm
is
just kidding.
something
No,
else.
I think it's still there. Yeah, it's still there.
You still got it. You
it's
still got
there.
it.
I was
You're
gonna say I
good.
can
Still there.
appreciate that one.
You're good. You're good.
Always an
Yeah.
honor, you guys.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing
you.
what you guys do. Thank you for being there, Jay. For everybody, Robert, you too, man. I mean, it's good to meet a nice guy in this industry.
Yeah, this has been a privilege. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to come by too, and I'm really glad that it worked out. I feel
too.
bad because I think last time we did this, I had to cut out right toward the beginning because I had to get on set.
It's okay.
That
though.
wouldn't
It's
surprise
okay.
me.
You're here now.
Yeah, you're here
That's
now.
cool.
brother.
I
You're here now.
appreciate
Oh
that.
shit! You just
Whoa,
dropped
I
a
dropped
bunny,
my
dude.
It's okay. Leo caught it in his
My
mouth.
dog has it. The dog has it.
Next to this interview, that was the best thing I've seen all day.
Welcome
to Wild Kingdom.
Anyway,
Bunny's good.
Next time on National Geographic Explorer.
Anyway.
you guys, good luck on the movie. I can't wait to see it. We're all excited. Chuck and I are
You
going to do
have
our
the
stuff.
bunny.
Sam had the easiest one. She already named one of the lead characters. Motherfucker. I should
Right.
have done that. So now we got to do
Wait,
some
wait,
voices. We're going to do some voices.
What would you name the character?
Aaron.
No.
No,
Oh,
shit,
for
right?
the love of God.
Dude, I would have
What?
been Aaron, double A, Aaron.
Aaron.
Be badass. Yeah,
Boring.
yeah. No, it's not boring.
I would have named the
Here.
character something hard to fucking spell. Take up the whole damn thing on the credits. Just the
It
whole
wouldn't have
line.
worked. It would have worked.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys, thank you.
Without spoiling, I will say your character that you named has one of my favorite effects guy sequences.
Effects
Yeah.
guy sequences. That's a lovely way of saying it.
Well, it's
Leo.
thank you guys for doing that. It means a lot to Sam. It really does.
It does.
That
Yeah.
name's
A
very
lot, a
important,
lot.
so it's very cool. Very cool that you guys added that perk for your movie. That's great. Great idea. Anyway, you guys, thank you for being with us. Chuck, you want to close us out?
Thank you.
Jay, Robert, or if I may informally call you Mr. Horton. I'm sorry, I just totally forgot his nickname. Blood what?
What?
Blood Wizard.
Blood
what?
Wizard.
Blood Wizard.
Blood
I was
Wizard.
like,
Oh my
That's what
God.
we're gonna do.
I was
Wow,
like, holy
you
shit,
suck.
Mr. Blood Wizard. Mr. Horton. No, thank you guys for joining us down around the world. Thank you for being who you guys are. Jay, you've always inspired us in the things that you're doing.
Yes, you have.
Robert, it's always nice to meet a fellow freak. Aaron is actually going through the shot list I made. 25 25-page script, 87-page shot list.
Yeah. For a short film.
For a short film. But anyway, no. So, no, gentlemen, thank you so much. Robert, I'll probably hit you up, and I will probably come sweep your floor sometime here in the next year to be a fly on your wall, because that sounds awesome. Also, since I'm also a carpenter, I might install a better fan system for you to make sure that we don't die while you're showing me shit. But other than that...
Ventilation system would be good too.
Yes, gentlemen.
I'm closing next time.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for opening up, sharing so much about the Craving, about your experiences, about the things that you do, as you always have. And as a fan of yours and as a student of film, I always appreciate everything you guys have to say. So thank you so much for joining us down around the reel. And everybody out there, remember, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
See everybody later.
It's a fucking bunny.
It's a bunny.
For those of you that want to be a guest on Around the Reel, please email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
Not Messenger. Do not message Aaron on Messenger, because then he has to send you a message that says email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
How come they can't just message me again?
Because nobody wants to fucking talk to you.
Can anybody reach out? That's an artist, filmmaker, actor?
If you're an artist of any kind, we want to hear from you.
But we are going to vet the crap out of you.
We don't care if you make millions of dollars in Hollywood or if you're just beginning your career in the art industry. We don't care. So everybody that wants to be on Around the Reel, yes, we want you.
That's aroundthereel253@gmail.com.